How about now?
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
I think we're back. That's weird. I don't know why it wanted to default to something else. Yep. All right, cool.
Yep.
Excellent. Sorry about that. The audio was it changed to a different input. I have no idea why. So I'm going to turn it up a little bit.
Ricky
Turn
Solar,
it up here.
my furniture. Yep.
How's this sound? Good? No good? Too hot? Too... Everybody's happy. All right. Cool.
Now should I ask for the show of hands again?
Yeah, now that they can hear you, you should ask questions. Yes. Before, nobody knew what you were saying. So, yes, I would.
What are those emoji things that people are putting up? I can't see that shit from here.
It's a pepper and a thumbs up and a duck. Where all my homies at? Right here, boy.
What up?
You know where we at. Bring them out. Bring them out.
What is that? Is that a top? Is that a thumbs up?
It's a thumbs up and a chili pepper and a duck.
Wear my glasses.
I just told you what they were and you didn't listen to me.
No, I was asking about John's. That one popped up after.
Oh, well.
I heard the other one. Oh my God, they're all gone now.
Why'd that go there? All right. Yes. Show of hands. Tell them again.
Who's excited about Midwest Gaming Classic?
Anybody? I've got one. One thumbs up.
John sent that before I even asked.
I know. I was just trying to get the...
Oh, there's another one, though.
I was trying to get the,
That looks like a little middle finger.
I think it is.
Looks like he's flipping the bird.
Maybe it is.
What is that? It's a double banger?
No. It's what's called a double whammy.
Yeah, double whammy.
I reserve this for special occasions.
You're number one. I'm not, but only because I'm jealous that I can't make it.
That's unfortunate. We need you there. I'm sad.
You should just come. Do you want me to call your work and be like, he's not going to be able to make it in the day?
He's busy.
Because he is going to be at...
He's going to be drunk in Milwaukee, just like every other fucking person in that shithole of a city. Except Caitlin.
Wow.
I don't know. Just ever since Alice Cooper talked about it in Wayne's World, I can't.
Your mom's a double whammy.
Oh, got him.
Whammy.
Got to connect this.
Okay.
Get this bad boy connected.
Travis, I am sad you're not going. Tiger Wolf, I'm sad you're not going too.
All right.
I understand it's the whole couldn't get the passport quick enough. I get it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is. See, here you just need the enhanced license and you're all set. Nothing to it.
What is that? Is that a flower? I really should probably wear my glasses.
You probably should. And I'll try to make this bigger for you if this helps you. That didn't really help.
No, not at all.
In fact, that made everything worse, really.
Yeah, it did.
Yep. How about right there?
Nope.
And we can go to...
John texted me, probably to tell me we don't have any audio.
That's my guess. Yeah, that's probably fair. Although, why are we getting... What's the next show? The next show after this, I know we're going to do... So far right now, we're going to go to VGS, which is in McCook, Illinois, July 8th, I believe. We've just booked our tables for that. And I might try to go to Too Many Games, but I don't think I'll do like a vendor thing. I just can't do that much of that. It just takes too much time and prep. And
are you going to talk about Torg?
Oh, yeah. We talked about that a little bit, but that one's in November.
Oh, I thought... So, for some reason, I thought that was earlier.
Torg,
no, I'm thinking
CCAG is in August as well, I think. So I'll probably go to that one and vend with John from Rock'em Sock'em at that, but I don't know yet.
And then you'll grow your mustache out for Torg.
Yes.
Remember your curly mustache? You're going to get a top hat. Pinstripe pants.
Yes, exactly. I'll look like a sharp.
Come one, come all. Come see the wonders of Nintendo.
676 licensed games.
Have you ever played Carnival games?
Yeah.
I feel like I sound like that dickhead when I talk like that.
Yeah, that's good. That's what you were going for, though. You got it.
Yes.
I felt like you nailed it. So, all right.
I hope Johnny's really coming to Midwest just because I want to be excited to welcome him to the Midwest. Because I know it will piss him off.
Yeah, he just loves the Midwest Classic. The Midwest Gaming Classic, I should say. I'm going to take a picture for Instagram and add, if I will let me.
J. John likes Carney J. I have all my teeth still.
Carney J is pretty good.
I had one tooth pulled years ago.
Yeah, I have a couple gone that I've in the back.
A wisdom tooth that broke it.
It happens.
Oh, that sucked.
These things, they happen.
I digress. I'm going to talk like that for this entire episode.
That's fine if that's what you want to do, I guess. I can't stop you.
Welcome to episode 45. In the wonders of video games.
Brought to you by SNK, purveyors of the Neo Geo, AES, and MVS.
And
bring the arcade action home.
Oh,
I don't know.
you sound like Kent Brockman.
Yeah, cool, good. Kenny Brockelstein.
Kenny Brockelstein. Carney Con J.
Let me put this up, and then we'll get started.
Welcome to the Midwest Gaming Classic.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Where is my... Here we go. I don't know why that moved all the way down there. That's weird. Okay, that's enough of that, I think.
John, I need you to do me a favor.
Oh, why would it do that? Why are you doing this? There we go.
I don't know if John heard me.
Who?
John.
I know who you're talking about.
Young.
Jay Young?
Yes.
That dude rakes, by the way, in Baseball Stars.
Hey, there he is. He said, sure. When we call you, will you remind me of Dr. Pepper? I figured that's probably a good time.
I'm not going to forget. It is a good time, but I
You
won't
will.
forget. No, I won't. I'm ready for it,
You
man.
are a
I'm
fucking liar.
I promise you I'm not going to forget.
You lie.
I am a liar.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Yeah, well, that's because I'm not the real Santa Claus.
Because you smell like beef and cheese.
Well, that's there are worse things to smell like, son. Okay?
What is that?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
What do you know? I don't
I've
think
learned.
you do.
Hold on. I'm learning stuff. I'm learning. Browse. Desktop. This guy. Boom. There it is. And then you hit done.
Oh my God.
Well, hold on. I know what I'm doing. Give me a second. You got to chill out. You got to chill out. Okay, just chill out. Bring this over here. See, I'm learning all this shit, man.
You're a hoser.
You're a hoser. Don't call me a hoser in my own house.
Hoser.
Let's see. That's probably not in the middle. There we are. There's the middle. Bring it back. Right there. It's probably pretty good. That looks pretty good. Okay. That's for later. Don't you worry what that's about. All right.
I thought you were playing Missile Command or some shit.
No, it's relevant to the topic of today's show.
Space Invaders.
Ass blasters from outer space.
Why didn't anybody ever name Space Invaders Ass Blasters from Outer Space?
I don't think it would have had this big of mass appeal. It would have been more
I
niche.
feel like it would have sold
underground.
better.
Maybe no one would have ever admitted
Could
they
you
bought
imagine Robbie being a little kid calling the local video game store?
Yeah.
Do you have Ass Blasters for the Atari 2600?
No, you only have it for the ColecoVision. I keep telling you. They got ass smashers. That's the Atari version.
Ass Smashers. Is that like, what was the Pac-Man spinoff?
Casey Askin. You're talking about Casey Munchkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Casey Munchkin of ass blasters for Atari.
I remember when I was a kid, we got Casey Munchkin for Atari, and I was like, this is going to be awesome.
No.
We put it in. I'm like, this is-
Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is fucking Pac-Man.
Yep. But it's not.
And I was 6, cussing like a sailor. I was also drinking brown liquor and smoking cigarettes.
You motherfuckers. I can't believe you did this.
Sitting there with my Odyssey controller. You sons of fucking bitches. Fucking cigar in my hand.
Oh, all right.
Scotch on the rocks.
Are we ready to start?
Yep.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Are you guys ready? Everybody out there ready? We're going to call Jay and Robbie a little earlier than usual. We're going to move that up a little bit. Also,
You're
I will...
calling me?
Jay...
On?
Jason...
John?
Jay...
You said you were going to call me. You said we're going to call Jay and Robbie a little bit. Well, fuck it. I'm leaving.
Yeah, good.
Call me when you're ready.
Wouldn't it be amazing if John walked right through that door? Hey, guys. I heard Jay's leaving. God, that'd be cool. Now it's like we got to wait for it for a second.
Yeah, I'm like, is he going to
Hold
come
on.
through?
If you talk, he won't. Okay, he's not coming. Fuck. All right. Let's get started, shall we? Let me move all my shit here. Put that down here. I don't think I need the mouse anymore.
I was going to say, Bell Buckle Jones gets on and sees that mouse cord. He's going to get after you.
I know. I get in trouble. I get in big trouble for this shit. I think everything's good. Got that done. get my notes situated, make sure our sound is adequate. Let's see here. We're good. All right.
I think this guy needs.
I'm in the shower, but I'll be there shortly. No, you have to be in the shower when you listen. It doesn't. Oh, you know what? Hold on. No, one more thing. I do need the mouse up here for a second. I do not want that to be what we're looking at. I want that to be this. There. All right. And I'm trying to get. Okay. I don't understand why the multi-stream stuff wasn't coming through before, but it's fine now. All right. Let's go. Ready? Welcome back to the Lost Joystick Network, episode... Oh, it's right here on the first page, 45. I'm your host, Mike, joined always by my co-host, Jay. Jay, how you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Say hello.
Hello.
It was weird I didn't say that.
That's fine.
Okay, good. Thank God. Okay.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Yes, back in the saddle once again. How was
Me
your
riding a horse?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it?
If you're listening on the podcast, you'll have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
If you're watching live, you do.
You can
It looks like
imagine
I'm riding a horse.
what it looks like when someone mimes like riding a horse.
Kind of like that.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, well, enough of the visual gags for the podcast medium. How are your weeks?
We had weeks this time, didn't we?
We did.
Wow.
I know, it was nice.
Didn't feel like just 7 days.
No, especially from an editing perspective, it did
Yes.
not.
So I know what you mean. Wait.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
I've seen what you mean.
Yes.
A snippet.
Yes, bits.
But I've been good. How about you?
Good.
Good.
We had a nice eventful weekend.
We did.
I had some friends in town for the basketball tournament. That was Thursday. I took Thursday and Friday off. Saturday was a bit more eventful.
That was me, you, and Harrison.
Yeah,
Well,
so I had friends
me and
Friday.
Harrison.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
At one point, yes. Thursday, game started at noon, hung out, watched basketball, did a little gambling, won a little bit of money. I don't really gamble much on sports, usually during March Madness, and then also on the like big events, Super Bowl, if I'm in Vegas, that's really about it. I really don't do that much of it. So did that, won a little bit of money, did the same thing on Friday, took the day off, watched games all day. Normally my uncle would come into town, but he couldn't make it. The company he works for, he's selling, and he's the accountant, so he couldn't leave. But so that was all well and good. Had a nice 12-hour per day basketball thing going Thursday, Friday. Saturday, a little more laid back, less games. Still a lot of games, 8 games a day, okay, but still less. So Jay
came over for 5. Yeah, I came over.
Yeah,
right
you
after
came over right at the 5 or 6
first
o'clock games.
Yeah.
So Jay comes by, and I decide all weekend I'd kind of had some drinks, and this was like now Saturday, my 3rd day off in a row. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have some real drinks.
Actually, your exact, and I quote, was, "I'm getting drunk tonight."
I got drunk. I
Are
was.
you sure?
I drank a lot very quickly. I didn't drink that much. It was just a lot in a short period of time, and I don't remember a lot of what happened, other than I bet big on Alabama, and they won.
Yes.
And Jay had to leave with me in the bathroom, and Harrison left me water and Gatorade outside the door because I was in rough shape. The next day was fine. I was good, but it was So anyway,
That cold tile floor on your face feels great.
let me tell you, it's better than a ditch, I guess, but it's I don't know.
I know as you looked at me and you said, "I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom." And I said, "Okay." Harrison was already upstairs, so I'm just sitting down there watching the basketball game.
When was the next time you saw me? When we got food today.
I was
Before
gonna
the
say today.
show.
I sat down there. It was probably a half hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And you never came back, and I'm like, okay, he's struggling, but I'm like, I'll wait. You know, he might be okay in a little bit.
Yep.
And about 45 minutes, Harrison comes down, and he's got this big smile on his face, and he looks around a little bit. I mean, there's really nowhere you can hide.
No.
And he looks around, and he goes, "You know where Mike is?" I said, "He said he had to go upstairs, go to the bathroom." That was about a half hour
I can
ago.
tell you where he isn't, and
he
that's
goes,
here.
And he goes, "Oh, he's still in the bathroom. He might be throwing up." And I said, "I'm not sure." And he says, "I'll go check on him." So Harrison went upstairs. Well, 15 minutes later, he came back downstairs. Yeah, he's in the bathroom. It's okay. I guess I'm going to get going.
Yeah.
Game was almost over.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and go.
Yeah.
It's all right. So we kind of picked up a little bit. And when I went upstairs, you were still, the bathroom door was shut.
Yeah, it was very quiet. I was being very quiet.
Yeah.
So
I left. I think at that point you were sleeping.
So beyond that,
Yes.
anything else happened this week?
Watch some basketball here?
Yeah. Alone, most of it. Yeah.
No, not really. I've been pretty low key. I'm
Okay.
getting ready to leave tomorrow morning to go to Texas for work.
Yep.
So not overly thrilled about that. I have to be in Detroit. Boarding starts at like 8:20
Yeah.
a.m. So that means I'm gonna have to leave at like 6
Ugh.
because of traffic.
Yeah. Good luck.
So yeah. What about you?
Other than the basketball thing, that was kind of my whole week. And then editing and then just prepping. John posted a picture on Instagram, Retro Game Enthusiast, of the temporary, like the draft of the setup of the table.
Yes.
I was fortunate enough that with the space that I have downtown in the building, my friend that owns the building said, hey, you can use the space across the hall. Nobody's using it. If you want to use it to kind of like bring everything down here and get ready and kind of stage everything, see what it's going to be like. So I'll post the same picture. I actually kind of had a new iteration of it with a new idea. So just trying to maximize space, figure out what's going to go where. Confirmed with Kyle, he's going, which helps because we weren't going to be able to fit much other than the stuff and us in the car. So he's going to offload some of the stuff, which is cool. And then really that's it. It's going to be interesting a couple of weeks for me because Amy and the two girls are going out of town on Friday for spring break. They're all going different places, but they'll all be gone at least until Wednesday, if not until Saturday the following week. Harrison will be gone all weekend. So this weekend, I got nothing, man. You got to come over and hang out because
I'm not going to be here.
Oh, right.
Remember, I just told you I'm leaving for Texas in the morning.
Yeah, that's the.
I'll be back at about 11 o'clock Sunday night.
So then, but you know what? They won't be there Monday either. So no, anyway. But so then, yeah, my week will be. I work Friday. They're gone. Saturday, Sunday, nobody will be around. Monday, I work. Then I'm taking the rest of the week off. Tuesday, I'm going to get Connor. I'll spend the day driving up to get him. He lives in Northern Kentucky. Come back. Wednesday, I'm packing the car up. Thursday morning, we're leaving. Maddie Ice is going to be coming with us. So it's myself, Connor, my son, who's 19, you, and Maddie Ice. Maddie Ice is going to meet me at the house at 7:30 in the morning. We were going to come pick you up. Connor will already be with us, and we will be on our way.
By 8 a.m.
By 8 a.m., I'll be at your house.
Yes.
And then that will be Thursday. We will head to Chicago to the Galloping Ghost. So if anybody in Chicago wants to come hang out, come on out because we're going to be at Galloping Ghost all day.
Roberto's going to be there, correct?
Roberto... Yeah, co-star 8-Bit Supremacy, Robbie Coleman, will also be there hanging out. And we'll be there for the day. Then we're going to go up to Milwaukee that night. Thursday night, we're going to stay in a hotel. And then noon on Friday, we unpack and load up to the show and get it prepped. And then the show starts 10 a.m., I think, 9 a.m. for early people on Saturday.
Did you get Bomberman?
Oh, no, I'm going to go. No, I haven't forgot. Okay. I'm going to talk to Kyle. I'm actually going to go over there probably Friday or Saturday because I think I should do. So nice. I'm pretty well packed and ready to go. Like I know what I'm going to take to Midwest. That's all basically decided. Everything's kind of cleaned up, priced, bagged, boxed, whatever. Now I'm just going to have to get it in the car. So Wednesday night, I might need your help.
I just got me a little suitcase with hot pants. Tube tops.
Any pants you wear are hot, buddy. Anyway, so yeah, that's a little bit about our weeks and getting prepped and the whole March Madness thing. And it's just, I'm really getting excited. I'm getting excited to see everybody. Matty Ice, Matt is super excited to go.
Good.
And I think it's just going to be a good time, man. I'm just ready and it's going to be a lot of fun. So,
and Kyle's who's Kyle bringing with him?
Zach.
Okay, that's right.
Yes, his friend Zach. So
good kid.
Yeah.
I like him.
On to collecting?
On to collecting.
I got lost in the song there for a minute. And I was like, oh man, I forgot about the other part.
You were over there busting move too.
I was too busy. I was busting move too. That's right. I was a little busy. So Jay.
Michael.
Any pickups recently for you?
No game stuff, but I did pick up a couple things. And I actually got some things. Boner alerts. God, not that again. So I think I talked about it a while back. I pre-ordered. They reissued Quicksand Slip, which is one of my favorite albums.
Yep.
It wasn't supposed to ship until March 31st. I got it last week.
Awesome.
I was pretty excited about that. And then what else did I get? Oh, I got an early birthday present from you.
Oh, that's right.
Which was pretty exciting.
Yes, I forgot.
You snatched up The Wonder Years for me.
Yep.
Which is a great album.
Suburbia, I've given you all and now I'm nothing.
Yes. Depressing album, but really good.
It has its moments.
Yes. But it's a good album. It's really good.
I like it as well.
If you like punk rock music or pop punk stuff and you haven't heard them before, check that album out.
Yeah, the rest of it is but that album I really like.
Yes. Oh, I got one other thing. I picked up a copy of We're Down Until We're Underground from Give Up the Ghost.
Oh, nice.
Which is a band I enjoy as well.
Yeah.
But I just got a couple records, so.
Cool.
And I got Ken Griffey Jr. baseball stars sitting on my speakers.
You have a Ken Griffey Jr. baseball card as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we need the insert for that. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I'll get it when I go over there.
No
I forget. I was over at Kyle's, and Ken Griffey Jr. is Jay's favorite baseball player of all time. Aptly, pertinent to the subject matter here. And I was over there looking through, like, he has some empty SNES boxes. I was like, this thing's never in here. And the fucking card was in there. That Ken Griffey Jr. baseball game came with a card.
Yes.
And I can never find it. And mine doesn't have it. And I was like, oh my God, it's in here. And I thought, but this is Jay's favorite player. So I gave it to him. So I'll find it. Which is
ridiculous. Thank you.
I'll find another one.
I tried to give it back. I wasn't even going to take it. He's like, I'm just going to give it to you. So
it's not that they're hard to find. It's just that I never find them.
So they're not expensive.
It's like $5.
Yeah.
So, all right.
What about you?
I didn't really buy anything. I was thinking about it. I know there's no like stack or you want me to like.
I'm gonna need Tyler's.
So you want me to say it again? Go.
Yeah.
I didn't really buy anything.
Oh shit! Ah! Mom!
That's right, folks. Run and tell your mom. I really didn't. I've been so consumed. The only thing I've really bought is something for like the booth, right? Like I bought some business cards, like they're little cards that you can flip over that have the QR code that I can give to people. Box protectors, stuff like that is really what I've bought. I can't really think of anything else. I get kind of hyper focused on the tournament, so I haven't really bought anything. I take that back. I bought one thing that shipped, but it won't be here. It will be here before Midwest Gaming Classic, but it is not going to be here before the show today, obviously. But it's interesting.
Do you want to wait until the next episode to talk about it?
I'm going to bring it with me, and we'll talk to some people there about it, and then we'll talk about it on the episode. But it's not that great, but it's something cool. Okay. So, turn up the volume on the Twitch. I have my volume maxed out and have to lean into here. Is everybody having this problem? Is it just Robbie or what's going on here? I don't know if people can't hear us. I don't know what's going on here.
Oh.
Hold on.
We'll pause for a minute and see if everybody responds.
I don't know. Yeah. I'll have to get the mouse out though. I don't want Belt Buckle Jones to get up my ass about it.
I think he normally watches. Oh.
I feel like that's just a recurring issue, not a new one. But I don't understand why you're having that problem and nobody else.
Robbie's phone sucks.
Yeah, maybe. I can turn the volume up on the mic. Like, maybe that's going to help. Well, what if I get to, like, here? How's this? Tell me if it's any better or louder now. Mine is fine, but it's lower than usual. Okay. I think that somehow the
Robbie
microphone...
said, yeah.
Okay.
It's better.
Okay. Way better. Okay, sorry about that. I feel like something happened with the microphone setting on this thing. I have no idea. And now it's back to that Steam thing again. It keeps going back to that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I don't know what was going on. Yeah. Technical difficulty. You make one change. I have my TV on 100. Much better. Jeez. We were very low. Yeah. Oh, you forget I'm a rocker. Yeah. I forgot you're in that band. Okay. So we were talking about buying stuff. It was too low. So we did the title thing. I think that was it. Like I bought stuff for the booth and then we're good. So I think that's it.
You said you did have something on its way.
Right. So I'll go from there. But yeah, so it's nothing that big or important, nothing so super fancy, but I will be bringing it with me to Midwest Gaming Classic and we'll talk about it on the next show, which will be April 5th at 8 p.m. So just a little housekeeping for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
We are going to start streaming at 8 p.m. going forward, just because I think we're all old. And but honestly, it's a better time for everybody. So we are going to start at 8, but that will be the next stream starting the first stream we get back from Midwest Gaming Classic,
Which will be April 5th.
April 5th, which we are doing. Oh, let me look. I can't remember. Hold on. Bonk's Adventure.
No shit.
We're going to do Bonk's Adventure.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, should be fun.
I didn't even realize that was it.
Yep. So that's pretty much it. So I do want to talk about the giveaway one last time. I will have this episode up before the Midwest Gaming Classic. Come to our booth. You will not be able to miss it. It has a giant tablecloth cover that says Lost Joystick Network. I forgot the name of the show for a second there.
It has the rainbow.
Yeah, you can't miss that. Say buy me Bone Storm or go to hell, and we'll give you 10% off everything in the booth. Also, you show us our five-star review, and we will give you a free copy of Super Mario Bros. 3 on Famicom while supplies last. Also, if you can leave a 3.5 in the review, but make it 5 stars, but talk about 3.5 in it, who knows? I might give you something else. I don't know, man. Could be anything. Could be something cool you didn't even know about. So
Could be an extra 40% off.
if you're around, it'd be an extra 90% off.
Yes.
So that's it. Are we ready to start?
I think so.
So what's the topic of the show this week, Jay?
That was a struggle.
I know. I was going to say something
again.
So what are we talking about here today, Jay?
We are talking about baseball stars for the NES. That would be the Nintendo Entertainment System for the layperson.
Yeah. I know we do a lot of NES games.
No.
We do.
Well, they do have 677 U.S. released games.
Yeah, they're licensed. Yeah. We are not even like 1/10 of the way through.
Oh, then we should
We
be
got
doing
plenty.
these every 2 weeks.
I if you want me to, I will. So,
No.
yes, baseball stars for the NES.
Yes.
Jay, when did this game come out?
It was released in Japan, May of 1989. And it was released in North America in July of 1989.
That sounds about right because I'm 99.9% sure I got this game for my 14th birthday. I know I got it for my birthday, and I would bet you I got it for when it came out.
Which would have been July of 1989.
Because my dad had no idea what I wanted. He knew I liked baseball, but I don't even remember. I think in fact, I almost am sure we went to like Toys R Us and bought the game because they would have not known what to buy. Like my dad screwed up so bad twice in my youth where I said, I wanted an NES and he bought us an Atari 7800. Then he gets me an NES and I said, I want Super Mario Brothers, Metroid, all these games. He bought me Rad Racer because he liked cars.
Yeah.
So he was like, you know what? Why don't we just go to the store and you show me the thing that you'd like? And we did that thing. So game 676 is dead to me. You and me both, bud.
677?
677. We'll talk about that. And yes, you get a pin. Of course you get a pin. I need to mail you a pin because you won't be there. I don't know what the excise tax on a Canadian pen would be, but we'll find out. I'll just put a little maple leaf.
Does it flush different directions?
Yes. It has gravy on it.
It's great.
It probably does, actually. So
I don't mean to go down a rabbit hole, but thinking about Toys R Us, that's a great memory of being a kid. Because you would walk in the front door. I'm sure every Toys R Us was the same, but you would walk in the front door. Because remember, they had the doors on the opposite sides.
Mm-hmm.
You'd walk in that front door and you go to the left, and they'd have that wall with
yeah,
all the games on it, and you had all the little hang tags where you pull the little card out.
they're called something pro. I forget what those are called. Vid Pro cards. People get those cards graded. Idiots, really.
But I just remember you do that, and then you walked over to the opposite side, and up front, past the registers, they had like a glassed-in area.
Yeah, the
with
cage,
just,
if
like,
you will.
Games on the back,
Yep.
top to bottom.
That's where you'd go buy it, and that's where you'd get
Yep.
it.
And
You'd
there'd be
buy it at the
somebody locked
register,
in there.
and they'd give it to you.
Yep.
100% yes.
So
very
much
much.
fun. Such a good memory.
Agreed.
Want to tell me some gameplay and story about this since I got off topic?
That's fine. I'd love to.
Oh,
So
good.
Baseball Stars is, it's a baseball game, right? So we'll start there.
What?
Yes, it stars players, but it was the first NES sports game to have a battery backup in it. And it was the first home console game to have a battery backup in it. So pretty basic stuff. There are 8 teams. I will name them here quickly. There are no, I should start with this. There are no Major League Baseball or Major League Baseball Players Association licenses. So you do not have real teams. You do not have real players, although they kind of do the, whatever you want to call it. The, what's the word I'm thinking of? The close, but not not a parody, but something like that. Like some of the players are named like Sandy or something like that. What is that called? I can't think of like a derivative work or whatever. But anyway, doesn't matter. Okay, never mind.
I keep thinking pseudonym, and that's not it.
No, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Somebody will post it up there when it's too late. So, but anyway, no licenses for Players Association or the MLB, which means no professional teams or players of the time. No problem. You had 8 teams. Those 8 teams were the Brave Warriors, the Ghastly Monsters, the Lovely Ladies, the Ninja Black Sox, the SNK Crushers, World Powers, American Dreams, and the Japan Robins. And what they did is, like, the Ghastly Monsters had people like Freddy and Jason and Medusa, right? Like, they did that. Or American Dreams were Pete and Hank and Babe and Sandy and Cy and Willie. Again, the generic versions of Pete Rose and Hank, like, they were supposed to be those people, right? Or the Japan Robins had Sadahara O, who's like the all-time home run king in Japan and played in the Nippon League and all that stuff. So they had like names, but they didn't have no likeness rights, none of that. But the most compelling part of this game is it's a pretty standard baseball game, right? Kind of that design. You've got your batter box. It's not like the bases loaded behind the pitcher view. It's your standard, like, whatever you want to call it, it's coming right at you kind of view there, right? The pitcher's throwing right at you. And very similar to like RBI or MLB baseball, like that same kind of layout. But the beauty of this game and where the battery backup comes into play is you have the ability to create your own custom teams. So, okay, maybe the Tigers aren't in it, but you can put the Tigers in it if you have the time. And it does take a little time. The process of inputting and creating players and teams, it's not the easiest thing. You're dealing with 2 buttons on a controller, okay, right? There's not much to do, but it was kind of cool. You're limited to 6 characters for the names and all that kind of stuff. But I just loved that. And you would be able to go create a team, and you could name the team whatever you wanted. You could name the players whatever you wanted, and they all have their own attributes too. So I wouldn't call it like RPG elements, but this game has character building. So maybe you have like a first baseman, and they like each of them have these different statistics like batting, hitting, running, fielding, luck, prestige, all these things. And the bars go all the way up to 15. Like the max is 15 per. So what happens is maybe you have a player, they have a max points that they can have, right? Mm-hmm. So you can have a guy, maybe the max points he has is 85, and you can only really have 90 because there's 6 attributes times 15. That guy's got a huge ceiling. Now, it costs money, and you get money by winning games and all this stuff. But you take that money to buy credits to upgrade their points, right? Yeah. And again, if the guy has a high ceiling, he could be like one of your best players once you max him out. Low ceiling, you're capped at like 60. Okay, you're gonna have to be careful about maybe you need a relief pitcher. Maybe you want someone that hits, runs fast or fields well or whatever it is. You can have them specialize. And so, just that the ability to do that, create a custom team. There was also a free agent market. You can fire players and hire players. Depending on how much money you have and what free agents are out there, you could go and buy a different player. They call it prestige in the game, right? That's one of the attributes. The more prestige your team has, the more appeal they have. And what happens is you can create a league. Okay, so like you can create a league of 2 teams up to 8 teams, whatever it is, and you can have it up to like 25 games. And you can in that league, like usually what I would do is me versus another team. And we would always pick the ladies because the ladies have the highest prestige, and you would win the most money when you beat them. And then I would take the money that I won immediately and up everybody's prestige as quickly as possible. Then when you start winning, you win more and more money. So like, okay, the attendance was 25,000, I won $50,000. This time the attendance was 30,000, so it's 60. It just keeps going up until I think it maxes out at 134,000 per game is what it can max out at. So yeah.
Question with that. Did you have the opportunity to build any players or anything with this?
Today or ever?
Just ever. Recently, I guess. Since we've been playing it. Or even ever.
I made a roster of people, if that's what you're alluding to. And for those on the live stream, and I do want to preface this by saying, limited number of slots. Okay. So I don't want people to get upset. I don't want to upset anybody. If you're upset, just talk to me and we'll work through it. But I did make a roster of the players for our team. And if you're on the live stream right now, you can see who's on the team. So, that's all. Where's Dusty Diamond's baseball? Look, Belt Buckle Jones, get out of here. Okay, you saw the title of the live stream. Okay, deeply upsetting. Why are you upset? You're on the list there, Tiger Wolf. You're there, buddy. I don't know what you're upset about. I mean, look, not everybody's going to make the cut. I'm sorry.
Maybe he's upset that he isn't going to be in this. He isn't a character in this game with a sword. Because
Well-
he did say he prefers his baseball games with sword wielding robots.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is not Base Wars. I'm sorry. But so I just like to be divisive. Thank you very much. We're so glad you're here. But yeah, so made a little roster for the game. I had a nice little 3-game series where I'm going to tell you the best players on the team were Jay and John. I should have took a picture of the statistics because I played a 3-game series and John hit 6 home runs in 3 games and you hit 4.
Huh?
And you guys batted like, one of you batted like 867, the other one was like at 600 or something. I forget.
We are like the baseball stars Smash Brothers.
That's exactly right. So,
Smash Brothers.
Yep.
Smash Brothers.
but yeah, so we made a little baseball stars team. It is the LJN 3.5s was the team name. In fact, again, for the live stream, I could do it. I won't do it right now. I'll show you guys after, but I'll show you the team in a little bit. But yeah, it was kind of neat. So anyway, so that was the team that we had developed, and that's pretty much it. I mean, there are some other aspects to the game. There's a mercy rule. So if you're down by 10 runs at the end of an inning, you lose, or if you're up by 10 runs, you win. And there's another, what is it? The maximum you can win by is 100. So let's say you're in the top of an inning, you could get 100 runs and then the game would end because they never get a chance to bat. So you never know if they come back, right?
Yeah.
So if you score 10 in the top of the inning, they can come back in the bottom of the inning and try to score to make sure the game isn't a mercy. But the maximum you can do is 100. So then somebody figured out that I think the maximum runs you could score in a game is like 1,300 because you can go not 100, then 108, or they do this thing back and forth. So I don't remember what the total number was, but anyway, but yeah, it was pretty neat. There's the 10-run mercy rule and the 100-run mercy rule for the game. So
I'm happy you cleared that because that actually confused me at first because you're like, well, if it's a 10-run mercy rule, how do you score 100 runs?
yeah, because if you're still up and they don't get a chance to, combat bat the last bats type thing.
Yeah.
So Jay, there's really not that much about the background development in this game.
No.
Go ahead and I'll do the cheat code. You do the part.
Okay, so it was developed and published by SNK, which fittingly fits your shirt you're wearing tonight for the show.
I do want to say, this is where the love, I should say this is where my love for SNK started. I didn't really realize it until later. Like I had played this game extensively. You turn this game on, it's a white screen with a blue SNK logo.
Yeah.
I didn't know who the hell that was or what it was at all at that time. And then like a few years later, I started to get into like collecting games and I was like reading about the Neo Geo. And I didn't realize that SNK were the people behind the Neo Geo and all those properties like Fatal Fury and King of Fighters and all that stuff. Right. I realized later, I was like, oh, these are the same people. Like I did not know that they made the MVS or any of that stuff. So it never clicked for me until 5 or 6 years later. And I was like, wait a minute. These are the people who made baseball stars. That's the way I looked at it and kind of still do. But anyway, and what else?
So the sequel was ported by Romstar. And that's really it for the background development.
Yeah, there was a sequel to this game. It's less capable, I would say. Some people like it. I don't really enjoy it. I think I just like this one too much, where the other one, it just seemed kind of underwhelming to me comparatively. So one thing I did learn recently, and I will tell you that this roster right here, for those looking, okay, I used a cheat code. I've never done this. I didn't even know this existed till I started to do research for the show. You can, when you create your team, it takes you to this section where do I want balanced hitters? Do I want good fielding? Do I want fast players, power hitters, whatever, or a question mark? If you go to that screen, when you go to create a team and you input down, left, right, down, right, up, and then I think it puts you on balanced hitters when you do that, and you hit A, it'll pop up this thing that says, when isn't it? Like when in one line, and the second line says, isn't it? And you have to modify it to say when it is with a period at the end. And if you do that and you hit enter, your team is fucking tits, man. Like your guy was like 82 maxed out, 85 maxed out. Like these guys, usually when you start a game, you got guys that are like 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 to upgrade, maybe 10 or 12 at most, 100,000, 50, 70,000 immediately. So these guys were like ready to go. Like this would have been a team I would have built up a number of, you'd have to play a number of games to build your players up. So I thought that was kind of cool. There was a cheat code I had never used before. So
That's cool.
all right. So that's a little bit about the background and development of the game. Let's move to the LJN game rating. I'm going to do that. We're going to move that up in the show before the reception of the game. I kind of want to see how this goes.
All right.
So let's dictate now the order in which we go. I'm going last for this game. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Or maybe I should go first. You know what? I never go first. I'll go first.
Okay.
Let me go first.
Mike is first.
You want?
Then John.
Okay.
Then Robbie.
Okay.
Then me.
Yep. And then our friend Sashimi Z has resurfaced,
Oh, hey.
crawled out from under the rock.
I didn't even see his review yet.
Yep.
Be
Well,
interested to see.
just wait. I don't know. It's not that great.
All right.
All right. So I will go first, and then we will call John,
Okay.
and then we will call Robbie, and then you, and then Sashimi. I would just repeated exactly what we just said.
I can write down my scores.
You wanted for Jay to go first. You Jay. John. I keep calling him Jay. We made John the first caller because you want to get to that Dr. Pepper. I know.
Actually, I forgot about it. See?
See, I didn't. Then Robbie again. Yeah, we'll call Robbie again. Okay, so I'm going to go. I'm going to start with my score.
Okay.
My score is a 5.0.
I figured.
I'm going to put something else up on the screen real quick. Okay. Let me see if I did this right. If I can't remember if I set this up already. Oh, I did. Okay. So Matthew Taranto and Howard Phillips are co-writing a book. It's called Game Masters Classified. It's like an inside look at Nintendo's coming of age is what they call it. It was on Kickstarter. I backed this. Okay. So you when you back it, there are different levels of things that you can get. And one of the things that you could get by backing the game is you get like, okay, they're going to print your name in the book, and then they're going to put your favorite game with it. Oh. This is the game that I picked. I was going to pick Zelda, but I thought, everybody's going to pick Zelda. I love Zelda. I think this is my second favorite NES game of all time. It alternates, but it's right there. It's in that top 3 all the time. I absolutely love this game. I have more fond memories and bad memories of this game, and I'll explain in a minute, than just about any NES game. And I've probably played it just as much as any game I have, like NES game ever.
Even better than Mega Man, huh?
2.
Yeah, Mega Man.
It's up there. Yes, I was a huge baseball fan, and I played baseball as a kid. And sorry, my son was texting me. Sorry, I would make sure it wasn't anything important. But yeah, I was a huge baseball fan, played baseball as a kid, and I absolutely love this game. It scratched every itch I had because prior to this, it was RBI baseball, it was MLB baseball. Those games were fine. They had MLB players, but I could never go like do anything with them. In here, I could create who I wanted. I made my own team. We would make our own all-star teams, Ripken and Griffey and Joe Carter and all those guys, Alan Trammell, whatever, Jack Morris. And I could go in there and power them up however I wanted and be like, you know what? Will Clark's the best player on my team. Will's the guy. Yeah. Always, or Bo, or whoever it was. Like, that's like, I would go make a team now, other than the one we made for our friends, right? Of our friends here. That's what I would do nowadays too. Let me go pull our roster back up here.
I didn't even think about that. Did you happen to mention the name of the team?
I did.
Oh, I didn't hear you say it.
I said the LJN 3.5s.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Oh, yeah. No, I did.
My apologies.
No, you're good.
Sir.
So, yes, this is one of my favorite games of all time. It is one of my favorite NES games of all time. And yeah, I've played, there are other versions. Obviously, there's a Neo Geo AES MVS version of this game. There's the sequel. There's Neo Geo Pocket Color versions or Pocket or whatever it is of these games. This is the best one to me. This is my favorite baseball game of all time. And it's probably, like I said, it's one of my favorite games of all time. And it just gave me this, like I said, that character building aspect of it that you don't get, that, we'll talk about a little bit later too. Yeah. But I don't know. It just, and I think part of it too is the whole gateway to the SNK universe with it, where I was like, oh my God, this stuff is the same stuff. Like these are the same people doing the same stuff. You know what I mean? So I have undying love for this game. I'm actually disappointed that my copy of this game kind of looks the way that it does. I actually got that copy of that game from the previous owner of Kyle's store now. Oh. The old owner gave me that game to help him recap his Turbo Express, and then bitched and moaned about all the work that I did for him after that subsequently, but whatever. But the moral of the story is that is where I got that. When I first kind of said, you know what, I'm getting back into collecting, that was one I wanted. He had it in the box. I was like, I want it. So yeah, it's a big one for me. So that's what I got, man. It's a
It's not
5.
terrible.
It's not terrible, but yeah, that's what I got. It's a 5.0. And that's what I got to say about that. Not much else to say. So they can't see it.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm all trying to make sure it's level and everything.
Yeah. So I guess that means we got to call our friend John.
Yep.
Boy, I sure hope this works. after everything else that's gone wrong with the sound tonight.
We'll find out in a minute.
Yeah, we sure will. So get ready to. You gotta get your shit together here. For once. See what happens. Okay. Hold on. He's there, but we can't hear him. I can see him connected, but I can't hear him. Where the hell is it? It's it's right here. RG3.
Oh,
The pink one. All right, so we can't hear you, John. Hold on. I'm not sure what. Something happened on this machine where it's like changed its mind about what the default is. So I'll fix that. Hold on. Where's our devices? Audio, voice and video, input, output. Let me see here. Why can't I think tonight? I don't want to change that. This is what I need to change. What is going on here? Hold on. One moment, John. I know you're there. Sorry. I don't understand why this thing is giving me such grief recently. Let me go back here and see if I can't do it. Here we go. Input device. Can we hear you now? You there? No. Hold on. There we go. Okay. You there?
Sounds much better for me.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know why it keeps wanting to change the output device to something else. Like I keep telling it the default is what I just set it to, and it doesn't want to do it. So let's turn you up. Hold on.
Oh, thank you.
Talk a little bit for me.
All right. So yeah, thanks for turning me up. I don't know what that means. I think it means to be lit or on fire. But I'm enjoying being part of the crew.
Excellent. That was good talk.
Oh no, that's yeah, that wasn't for you. That was for somebody else.
Oh, I see. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
We're gonna now pretend we just called you.
Oh, hello, gents. How are you doing today?
The next Midwest Gaming Classic Barbecue Sauce King, retro game enthusiast, John Young, Mr. Famicom Box himself, because that's what Tyler says I have to call him. Hi, John.
Hey, what's going on, Jay?
How are you?
Quick question, Jay.
Quick answer, John.
Are you a pepper?
Wouldn't you like to be one?
Ah, Pepper. Okay, I will go get it. I'll be right back.
Perfect.
Talk to Mike.
Yeah, talk to me. How you doing, bud?
Pretty good. The sound quality was really good right before you could hear me, and then right after, and then it went back into like a bit of a tin can situation. But you know what? I'll power through as long as everybody can hear me okay.
Is it bad now?
It's not bad. Just a little bit of, like tin canny, but no big deal. Don't.
Hold on. It just keeps. Hold on. I'll bet this is one way. How about now? It's the same now. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why we keep having problems. I've been working with it more often, and I test it, and everything is cool. So I'm not totally sure why it wants to give me shit recently, but we'll figure it out.
We can play with it after the stream.
Yeah, we could.
I think Jay is renting out your podcast equipment at night for like ghosts or ghost hunters. One of the two.
Ghosts.
Sorry, ghosts. I don't know what they're appropriate. Is that the appropriate like rolling the G? I think that's how.
We ain't afraid of no
ghosts.
ghosts, John.
I don't think you can stereotype ghosts like that anymore.
No.
It's not fair.
Oh,
You
okay.
can't just show up in a sheet with a couple of eye holes cut out. I think that's racist.
Yeah. No, I grew up in Indiana. That's definitely racist.
Culture appropriate.
I think that was before. I think that was before now.
Different. That's a different thing. Okay. All right. Moving on from that.
So I should probably. Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah. Hey, John. Hey, welcome. All right.
Just showed up. I heard you guys were playing around with some deep fakes. If that
That's
ends
exactly
up being
right.
left in, that's exactly what that was. But yeah, no, I'm doing pretty good. I'm hoping Jay's got a Dr. Pepper. I assume that's what was going on, unless there was some sort of weird CIA term
was some
that everybody
code.
could rush the house. Yeah, exactly. It's a safe word for like when the cops need to bust in.
Yeah.
No, Mike grabbed some strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper, and I've never had it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying it for
okay.
the first time. It's pretty good.
It's quite good.
Funny. Strawberries and cream is my safe word.
You almost made
Wow.
him spit some
Strawberries and cream were just about on the microphone.
Dr. Pecker.
So, all right, take 3. Hey guys, how's it going?
Well, it's pretty strawberries and cream around here. People are like, what the fuck are they talking about? What does that mean? Anyway.
Nothing.
So yeah, I should probably not slow you down because you guys were hitting a pretty good clip until I jumped on the phone.
I'll keep you efficient, John. Anything new? I'll keep you efficient, John. You got anything new lately?
I did. So I've been picking up strategy guides from Japan for NES games. And honestly, mostly Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, 3, and Zelda 1. Just because there's all this like amazing knockoff art.
It's so cool.
And it's cool, like almost like you're watching like a modern like cartoon or like illustration. Like some of the anime is so in the popular like art of today that you wouldn't believe that it was 30 years old.
Yeah.
At least not here in America. So yeah, I've been picking that sort of thing up. That's an odd thing to get. I got another variation on Doki Doki Panic manual, so I think I'm on 4 of those now.
Nice.
I think I'm turning to Robbie. It's just like paper descriptions and instructions for video games that I collect. Because he's all manuals all the time now.
No more. Not after that haul he got from Nick. I mean, no. Anyway.
Oh, funny, Nick. None of your boxes have manuals. You know what? He probably gripped those a long time ago when he was over at Nick's house because he knew he wasn't going to pull them out.
Never thought
That's a good point.
Yeah. We should ask Nick, when was the last time you saw these manuals?
Yeah.
Actually, they
We'll
were
get to
over
the
at
bottom of it.
Robbie's, I believe, before Nick took them and brought them to me, weren't they?
Yeah, they were in his
Yeah.
possession.
There you go.
That's a good point.
They were.
You guys are
The John and Jay Detective Agency come through again.
That's right.
Yeah.
Way to
So, John, are you ready for are you ready for
we could
Midwest
use
Gaming?
our initials.
The J&J?
Just to make it easier. Yeah, J&J. I like that.
Johnson & Johnson might come after us for that.
fuck those people. Their talcum powder sucks.
Hey, you promised you'd keep me on the rails here, Jay.
Yeah, thank you, Jay.
So, are you ready for Midwest Gaming Classic, John?
Yeah, so I got the Analog NT. I'm going to go ahead and bring that just out of Jay's request.
Awesome.
I don't know if it'll be set up or anything, but it may be, a feature in the Hummingbird suite.
Nice.
And then
you could just bring the pocket, actually, John. You don't even need to bring the NT.
I don't have the pocket yet. I'm on the same schedule as Mike, so we'll
Yeah,
probably do it
we
at the
don't
same time.
have that yet.
When's that? Like next year?
Maybe. Sounds like maybe.
Maybe.
We're hopeful.
Hopefully December. I'm not holding my breath. But yeah, we're showing up Thursday evening. We'll spend some time with the wife on Thursday. I'm not sure what we're doing exactly Friday because that's setup day, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we can talk about that offline, but essentially noon, it starts at noon. You'll have a vendor badge, right? You have tickets. You don't have so
yeah. So
Yeah,
I think I
you had the
even have
Evergreen
early
tickets.
in my ticket, but I'm not sure if we'll be there at noon.
they won't give you access to the vendor hall because it's not open on Friday. So we'll talk about all this later. But yeah, if you want to come in and hang out during the setup, you're going to have to get somebody's badge because they won't let you in the vendor hall without it. But we'll have 4 of them between us. So I'm sure there'll be ways to finesse that.
I'll be sitting in,
yeah, it's the wolf and the duck and the bread situation.
Yeah, I'll be sitting in the. If you're bringing the NT, John, I'm going to be sitting in the hotel room playing the NT, so you can have mine.
Yeah.
So anyway, it says to Mabel, I says.
So John, did you get a chance to play Baseball Stars?
Yes, I did. I did not play the Famicom version this time just because I don't know those menus very well and I was too lazy to go about trying to figure out how to level up my stats. So I just went full on lazy and played on my cart. Surprisingly, I don't know if somebody replaced the battery. I'm too lazy to open it and find out. The battery still works in this game. So I got a nice little hefty season going. I don't remember what the max was. It was like 125, I think.
25 games is the most you can play in a season.
25?
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was more, but I could be wrong.
You are.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, I know it's 25.
All right.
I believe you. All right. So I guess I'm, well, not important. I'm really enjoying it. I like the idea of all the stats. I'm excited about seeing the stats at the end of finishing off these games. And honestly, I'm going to make a prediction right here. I believe that this will be Robbie's favorite RPG ever. If it's not number 1, it's in the top 3. I just that's like Super Off-Road's a good example of this. I loved those games where like as you're winning, you just like almost maintain that lead. Super Off-Road's actually one of my favorite arcade cabinets as well, just because it does have a little bit of that. The arcade's a little more balanced, not just let you constantly win, if I remember properly. But I love that mechanic in a game, especially when you think that maybe you started off with the wrong team, and then you just start building up your guys, and then it really kind of gives that connection between your past wins and losses, right? Like, if you're just doing a normal series, you don't have to worry about like having 8 great games and have the ninth one fall off. It's nice when you know that it's like, all right, I've built up this great like run. It's only going to get better from here.
Or maybe you're having a bad game and then Nintendo accidentally gets kicked. Oops. Or back in the day, somebody breathed on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Or just that power cord just wasn't at that angle anymore. Bad wires on power cords.
Oh yeah, yes, of course I do. You had to tie them in knots sometimes, or don't move it. It'll some of my, like I mentioned earlier and alluded to, some of my worst memories of all time were with this game because that save battery sometimes can be very fickle. So I would have invested a lot of time in building a team and saving this and playing that and building them all up. And then I would turn it on and there would be nothing. There was nothing worse than when you would start that game up and it had those like blank areas where it's like there should be things there. If you had a team that you created, you could say view team or you could edit or whatever. They're gone because it has no saved data on it. And I would just be like, are you fucking kidding me? Or the other thing, which is our Nintendos were all so dirty that you could literally walk past it, and if you walked and you stomped too hard, the thing would reset itself or whatever. So,
or you get the flash screen.
Yes, the blinking red. Yes, the blinking. Anyway, enough of that.
Or just the pixels start going out in like one corner, and you're like, oh no,
that's even worse. Yep, the blob's got it. It's got him, and it's gonna get me too. Yes, the pixelation. That's almost worse because you know everything's actually kind of fine, and you're like, maybe if I just nudge it a little bit to the left, it'll do this, and then yes, it's locked up for there. Yeah. So anyway,
our splash screen froze up.
Just as we did that. Oh look, there it is. They're the.
Oh.
This is why I don't touch stuff during the game. Oh, there's our blinking.
Oh, Mike just ruined it.
That's fine.
So John, if you were to give this game a score, say on a 1 to 5 rating scale, what do you think you'd rate it?
So, this is one of those games when I was playing it, I was I was able to lock into like how to play well quickly, and I don't remember playing this one very recently. So I think it's just having that long history of NES baseball games where you kind of know what the quirks are and like what improvements the next game kind of got on it. So like I can't really separate myself like on gameplay. But I can say for this one, it seems like it's you lock in pretty quick and you're like, all right, this is just a fun game. It's not going to be too much challenge. So I think it's accessible.
Speak for yourself. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, and maybe that's just it. Like maybe this was a game I played a lot of, and it's just that like old like back of the mind like reaction that
like the whole riding a bike.
Yeah, exactly.
All muscle
like
memory.
You know where the constraints are.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't think that it's that like hard to at least pick up and start playing, especially if you got Mike's cheat code.
Oh no!
So
that thing made all the difference. I was like, "What? I could have been doing this." Yeah, go ahead.
But I would say definitely in the It's definitely in the top 5 baseball games on the NES. Maybe the top 10 if you include Super Nintendo, and potentially for NES, top 3. So for me, it's a 4.5, and that's just because I don't really like sports, but I do like playing them. But yeah, 4.5 for me. I would say there's a little bit of after playing 16-bit baseball games, there's a little bit going back on NES that's like it'd be nicer if it had a little more like convenience, but
quality of life improvements.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I understand.
So I don't want to ding it too much, but I'm gonna say, I mean, if I loved baseball, like absolutely, I would be able to forgive it a lot more.
Baseball was invented in Poland.
My wife just said baseball was invented in Poland, but she says that about everything.
Remind me again. Where's your wife from?
Poland.
Oh,
and
I see.
The other thing I would like to say is in Poland, they sell about 300,000 baseball bats a year, and only like 100 baseballs.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, fun Poland facts.
Any other fun Poland facts that you can provide as we send you off?
The verb to be in Polish sounds exactly like the English word for a female dog.
I see.
So I thought Kasha's mom was really mad when I first met her.
And she was, but that's not why. That wasn't why you thought that. All right.
Yeah.
Well, very good.
About that time, John. You ready?
Uh-oh. You're kicking me out. Yeah, I'm ready.
Here we go. John Young and his amazing score for Baseball Stars. Everybody that's coming to Midwest Gaming Classic, make sure to get a selfie with John Young and hashtag LJN for a 4.5.
I don't know what that means.
We'll give him a 4.5 if they hashtag a picture with John.
Sounds good.
Thanks for coming on, John Young. Retro
All right,
game
see you guys.
enthusiasts.
Bye.
The barbecue sauce master himself.
The Casey masterpiece.
Yes.
Now, we got to call somebody else.
With you.
4.5, good score.
A 0.5 higher than I thought he was going to give it. I thought he was going to give it a 4.0.
For somebody who doesn't really much care for sports, but enjoys sports video games. I thought it was good.
I almost want to trade me and Robbie. No, I don't.
You want to go now? You want to go after?
No, I don't, because I feel like whatever my score is going to be, Robbie's going to yell at me.
Okay, yeah.
I don't want him to
Let's
yell
have
at
him
me,
go
but-
first.
Yeah, he
All
can
right.
go before me.
You know what? We should call him.
He can yell at me in the chat.
I think we should call him.
Okay.
What's up?
It's time to speak with the one and only. The Grip King of Chicago. The Mustache King of Chicago. He may be 8-bit supremacy to you, but he's number one in all of our hearts. Mr. Robbie Coleman, everybody.
I'm bad.
What's it like having an intro?
I don't know anything different.
What do you mean? What's it like? It's been my whole life like this.
Motherfucker's got an intro
Yeah,
everywhere
exactly.
he
Every
goes.
time.
Eh,
Everywhere I go, there's always some kind of intro like that.
I got my own theme music when I was born.
Yeah, it was a Bad Dude song.
How you doing, bud? It was a bad dude. That's exactly awesome. Anyway, how are you?
Yeah, the doctor spanked me and said, "I'm bad."
You looked at him. You hit him back. I'm bad. You got a.
Okay,
You might have a.
and we're off.
You got a little handful here, ma'am, Miss Coleman. Anyway,
So,
how's it going, bud?
it's all right, man.
Good.
Better than last time when I was on the show and I was panicking about wet Sega Master System
Yeah.
games.
Oh shit.
That was weird.
That was a weird show. Last show was a
It
weird
was a-
show.
Weird. Yeah, they can't all be winners, man.
Whoa. Okay. Woof. Can't all be winners, everybody. Yeah, you got that right. So, did you buy anything recently?
I can't remember if I bought anything. I played some stuff, but I haven't bought anything aside from a pack of capacitors to fix some Super Nintendo games that
Oh,
had
yeah.
rusted capacitors. That's about it. I didn't buy anything for the collection that I can even think of.
It was funny when you were like, Robbie had a number of games you talked about a couple of shows ago, I think it was Zelda show, that were water damaged. And the games had corrosion. So he opens them up, and like one of them, the capacitor fell right off. There's a single capacitor on the board for NES and SNES games, and it was so corroded it fell off. So I was like, oh yeah, you fix it like this, whatever. We were talking about it. And then at one point you're like, I switched all these out. They're all the same. I'm like, yeah, they're all the same. It's the exact same microfarads and voltage of all those. They're all the same. It was the exact same one on every one of them. So yeah, very, very consistent. So anyway, but yeah. So you were doing some board work, some soldering.
Yeah, I get a little practice in. Starting to get more into that world. So since I'm constantly dealing with failing arcade PCBs, that try to troubleshoot that kind of shit more in house at the arcade.
It's a dying art, my friend, and that's why I wanted to learn how to do it.
Man. I feel like I'm 38 years old, and I don't think there's any guys that are too much younger than me that even want to get into that world.
No.
Like arcade repair or like board work, any of that shit. So.
They'll throw it away and buy a new board that works that somebody worked on.
They don't even go that far. I don't even care. They'll just emulate it at home.
There is that.
Yeah. No, I've been playing a few games here and there. I randomly pulled the Lethal Enforcers for the Sega Genesis off the shelf. I was rocking that with the fucking Justifier light gun, which I've never actually like used. But man, that thing fucking rules. It's like accuracy is great. It looks cool.
I'm still mad at myself. When I traded for that Pokemon Silver, the graded one back in the day, I traded a boxed Lethal Enforcers with the Justifiers, and I think he still has it. I might get it back from him. Yeah, because that Justifier. I just love the fact that they have the unmitigated gall to call a gun the Justifier. Well, what makes you say it's okay? The Justifier. This makes everything okay. Okay.
I justifiably can just light up a whole fucking streets worth of people.
What a name for a gun.
You know what? If
kid's gun.
If the gun makers were smart right now, that's what they would go after, the Justifier.
You know what? They would make a fake blue and pink version, a real one of it, and be like, here you go. Here's a 6-shooter.
This I got the big box Genesis version. It's like uber complete. It's got all the stuff.
Nice.
The paperwork, the cart, the manual, the gun. It looks like practically new. I remember there's like an eBay listing many years ago that's just like one of those ones you see where it's like a thumbnail.
Yeah.
Like of the cover art. And it was like priced at like $15 or $10. Like as if it was like a loose cart game. They just like must have clicked sell like this because they didn't know. And I just messaged them and was like, hey, does it have the box with it? And and they just responded saying yes. And I got it, and it was like the most poorly packaged thing on earth. Somehow survived, bounced around a big, loose, empty cardboard box, and it was like fully complete. It looked like almost brand new.
Wow.
And it was like, yeah, it was one of those like rare eBay scores you can't come across anymore, where they just had a shitty JPEG instead of like a real photo, and then they sent you like a extra complete game for like a killer deal.
People forget that there was a time in life where eBay listings did not require a photo.
Yeah.
It didn't
Yeah,
matter.
that
There were no
was-
minimums,
yeah.
or it was like, yeah, sure, I have this game. Okay, cool. I hope it shows up someday.
Yeah.
Here, I'll send
Dude,
you the
remember,
check.
it was like all honor system too. If you bought something, you could like be like, all right, mail me a money order, and then I will send you your game.
Yep.
And then you like would just send money to somebody, and then like there's no guarantee they'd send you shit.
Nope, there sure wasn't.
Yeah, that was totally the Wild West of the eBay era.
Absolutely. Yep. So
I played that. I played some. How do you pronounce it? I always fuck this up. Kyo Flying Squadron.
Keo flies. Squadron.
Kyo Flying Squadron. Phenomenal cute 'em up shooter. I have a burn disc. I don't want a real copy. And I was curious and looked up a real copy.
It's
So I was like, oh, this game rules. Maybe I can get like a real one. $3,000 for a complete copy.
you can buy a used car for what one of those costs. It's a Sega CD game.
$3,000 for a disc-based game that, mind you, on the Sega CD is a poorly manufactured disc-based game. So where those and Sega Saturn games are more prone to disc rot than your average game. So I can't imagine wanting that unless you're one of those people who doesn't play their games. Like you just want a collectible or whatever.
Two things. I remember vividly that game being at Blockbuster Video. Like, I remember them having a copy of it there at the store and always being like, man, like, what is this? It was a shooter. It was a Sega CD. I never played it because I wasn't going to rent it. I was like, it'll come into the store someday, but it never did when I was at Funcoland. And the second thing is, dude, I'm getting to the point with those types of games where it's like you're almost better off just encasing them in lucite and then selling them as a collectible because maybe something does go wrong with this. I don't have any of that real problem. Like I do play my games, I get them out, but at this point with that type of stuff, I don't know how much people are going to really care in the future if the game itself is I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's going to be the box art and the box and all that, but
I'm the same way. It's like money spent to me. I just play the games I have. I mean, but like I have a threshold. Like,
oh
I'm
yeah.
not gonna be fucking popping in a fucking $3,000 game to my Sega CD and just ripping it.
Well, let's see what happens at Midwest Gaming Classic. Well, maybe I'll find one. Okay.
Yeah, maybe I'll just drop some hard loot on there.
Let me ask you this, because we all kind of come from the same era mostly here. Did you ever in your life imagine that somebody would pay $3,000 for a disc-based optical disc game ever?
No,
Never.
Never in my fucking life.
They were
No way.
literally garbage. Like it's like Dreamcast games. I'm like, these are worth nothing because I can burn them. What does it matter? Why are they worth anything? I can replicate it perfectly and play it.
That's what I was playing on.
Yeah,
A burn.
exactly.
Yeah.
It still blows my mind sometimes that optical media is that expensive. Like I get kind of like with the GameCube stuff because you can't remake those, and there aren't that many. There aren't games that expensive for that anyway. But like a CD, I'm like, these are 10 cents a piece to burn. Like this has you know the cost of the parts, and that's not what matters anymore. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting.
Somebody might think I'm completely nuts for when I dropped about $900 on a little fencing cart, but
Hey,
whatever.
good investment.
Yeah, I guess it was because that's astronomical now, even more so than that. It's like doubled. I don't even know. I don't pay attention. Once I get the thing, I don't pay attention because I don't.
I agree.
Have to do it.
Robbie, I got a plan for you. You still have that
Okay.
peekaboo poker, don't you?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah, I still do.
Well, there you go. Bring that. That's your trade bait.
I feel like no one's gonna want. If someone wants to trade me that, I still would rather just have the money. I don't know. I'm just like I don't want a $3,000 Sega CD game.
I will give you 600 copies of baseball for the NES for that game.
That I'll do. I'll do that trade.
Deal.
All right, there you go.
I need 2 racks. Give me 2 stacks of baseball. Two stacks of BB. Anyway,
I played
speaking
through Space Harrier. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You're going to segue into the actual show topic.
I was, but that's okay. Go ahead. I had a good segue.
How much I love Space Harrier, and I got a Space Harrier arcade cabinet shopped up at the arcade. Been working on that for a while, and it works beautifully. It looks great. The sound on that game is so awesome. It's probably my favorite arcade game, like ever from the '80s, like a Sega arcade game that's like besides like my '90s fighting games I like. But man, if you ever get a chance to play on an original cabinet, it's like you cannot replicate that at home. Even though there's home port Space Harrier, like playing it on the analog stick with like it's calibrated, like these 2 gear pots that are meshing, and oh man, I don't know, it's got this weird elasticity to it that can't be beaten. So I highly recommend playing that. And if you guys are in town and have time, when you're here, you should come by and play it because it's a rare cabinet to see in the wild. It's like a $5,000 machine.
Do they have it at Galloping Ghost?
They probably do. I don't see why they wouldn't because they have like every game imaginable there.
Correct.
Mostly. I'm sure they do. Whether it works well or not, I don't know because it's hard to keep up there, I imagine, as a test.
And it's not the one Rob.
It's nice, but it's not mine, he'd say.
That's right, because I put some blood, sweat, and tears into calibrating that damn joystick. So you guys better come play mine.
And this is what happens when you get old. And like, I'll restore a receiver, and I'll be like, this has to go to a good home. Because I worked too hard on this. I did too many things. I can't just sell it to some dumbass who's going to get his peanut butter and jelly fingers on it or something and be like, get out of here. Sorry.
Seriously, the owner of the arcade was like around the other night, and this was like maybe 2 weeks after we put the Space Harrier on the floor. And one of the patrons there, who I kind of know, is like a fighting game guy. He was like, played the Space Harrier for a second. And he's like, man, that's the nicest Space Harrier I've ever played. I was like, give me 1 second. I'm gonna be right back. And you're gonna say that exact same
thing. Say that louder, right at this guy.
I had him repeat it to the owner. I was like, you see, fucking calibrated that shit good.
That's right. I hooked that shit up, boy. Nice.
Anyway, that's about it for my gaming experiences. Aside from the usual MK2 / Ultimate MK3 and play online and then an arcade. I played in the Street Fighter 3 Third Strike tournament and got destroyed. Got knocked out knocked out right away on that. I'm decent at the game, but nowhere near the hardcore players that go there all the time.
It's amazing. It's amazing how good people are at that shit, man. Mm-hmm. It always hurts my head.
That one specifically, you can just keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper, like parries and combos and just reads. It's nuts, man.
There's a deep gameplay to that one and a big scene of people who play it. It's very competitive. It's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
Yeah. Oh, I did play one more game.
Oh, was it Doom?
No, my Doom phase has come to an end. I feel like I just got it out of my system.
All right, good.
I'll be back around, but I played an NES game.
Oh, what'd you play?
A little game called Baseball Stars.
What? Go on.
And I set it to the shortest fathomable season you can set it to.
2 teams, 3 games.
That's right, and I beat it 3-0, baby. I was the Ninja Black Sox.
You didn't create your own team?
I just went for the fucking default, man. I didn't have time for that.
That's cool. All right, I get it. That's cool. I get it.
I do love that feature, but you know me. I'm just like a press start and go kind of guy. I've never been that person.
I'm a customizer.
You and your RPG elements. You love them in your little baseball game there.
You spend your winnings on prestige. I'll be playing as the Ninja Black Sox. Much cooler.
I just thought I wear black socks.
I love that that's your qualifier. Like, well, I'm not a lady.
It was.
I'm not Dusty Rhodes.
Ninjas, and I wear black socks. So
those are
for me.
To be fair, I'm not Japanese. I'm not a monster, as most people wouldn't think I am. I'm not Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. So yeah, Ninja Black Sox is a good fit. Now that you mention it, that's a really good fit for you.
It's a cool team name.
It is.
Yeah.
And you won. And you won. Two champions.
Destroyed that season. 3-0, baby.
Sweep
it. I think I had one mercy win too. I forgot about that rule. I was like, oh damn, I smoked this team. I had to back out early.
Stupid bitches.
And admittedly, I never knew anyone. Oddly enough, never knew anyone or rented Baseball Stars in my entire youth. Ever. Wow. I only played that game as an adult, and I've played it here and there, like in the last 5 or so years.
Mm-hmm.
But I never dove into it deeply. It seems like a fantastic baseball game, and the mechanics are all there. It feels perfect, and it feels how a baseball NES game should. It's all polished controls. That's all I can really ask for. I love baseball games in general on the NES. That's the fun fact about me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a big baseball fan in general, but I just like baseball games. I think it's just something to do with my nostalgia for constantly having them in and out of my collection as a kid. Because I borrow RBI baseball from someone. I borrow the Bad News baseball from another person I knew growing up.
Because they were the easy games to borrow. Because they're like, that's fine. I don't want it. It's baseball. And you're like, cool, I'll play it. Give me it.
but I grew to become a fan of baseball games in general.
Nice.
On video games, anything that fits that engine of the like that style of baseball game. Like, I don't like the one where they reverse.
The bases loaded series.
Yeah, I hate that. Or the Roger Clemens baseball. They
Yes.
they reverse the POV where it's like over the shoulder from the pitcher's perspective.
I was so excited for bases loaded, and then I played it, and I was like, this kind of sucks. And like the catcher's mitt would go like, nothing would move except for the catcher's mitt, so you could see where the ball was going. And it was weird because it would just be like this thing hovering in the air. Like, it was weird. So yeah, I never cared for it.
Bases loaded 1 and 2 were kind of standard, but then they switched it on 3, right?
No, it was that way from the beginning.
I don't remember because I was never a big bases loaded person in general. But
they all have the same.
Mattio's favorite baseball game is bases loaded 2.
Well, not everybody can have that
That's
fun
taste.
fact.
Look, yeah, look. Let's not talk about him. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So the reason I picked up Baseball Stars right away in terms of like easily playing it, because obviously it's formulated around the controls of every other baseball game that's like Bad News or RBI or whatever, that scheme. Nick Shuptak, aka the Instagrammer formerly known as Carton Again, he had Little League Baseball growing up. That's the other SNK baseball game. They basically made like a Little League version of Baseball Stars.
That was based off the same engine. Yeah, it was the only game they ever
exactly
used the same engine for. Yep.
And I didn't know that because I just remember picking up. I only played that one a bunch growing up, and then I like got older and played Baseball Stars. I'm like, oh, this is like the real version,
Same shit.
or something, or this is like the one that one was based off of. Like,
the good version.
I mean, Little League's fucking sweet too. Don't get me wrong.
It is
really awesome, but I'm biased because that's the one I played growing up. But my score for Baseball Stars, as great as I think it is, I need to cut it off at a 4.5. I cannot give it a 5 because it is not Bad News Baseball, which is the best baseball game on the NES.
I've read it like a book.
That's right. That's right. I was waiting for that sigh.
Two things. Okay. You can say Legend of Zelda 1 and 2 are both 5s. What's the difference? They're both Zelda games.
I know. Right.
No, I know. It's fine.
No,
I don't expect any...
that mentality too. That's why I just kind of phrased it the way I did, just to get under your skin.
Yeah, and you did. So it worked perfectly.
The preemptive spite score.
Fuck off. Click. No, no. Look.
No, I mean it's a 4.5 for me just because I don't have much connection with it. But like at face value, yeah, fantastic game. Great player. Create your own players and teams, all that shit. Great. The cart that I own is from my childhood rental store, and miraculously the battery just still works on it. I never had to replace it or anything, so that's cool.
That's very common for these games. I've run into very few of these that need battery replacements. It's weird. So
yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
I don't know. It seems like they'd be dying out more and more.
I agree. It's 34 years old now.
Yeah, I never played Baseball Stars 2. I have it obviously, but I think I've booted it up, but I never actually spent time with it.
It's alright.
It's alright. It's not as good as the first.
Every time I play it, I think to myself, I'd rather be playing the other one. That's why I don't play it. It's fine, but it's the other one that I love. So, like, if I'm going to spend time playing a baseball game at almost 48 years of age now, why not play the thing I really like instead of going, let me try this other one that I know I don't like as much. You know what I mean?
Space Wars is the other cool one
that
I liked. Everybody remembers. I think there's even like a TV commercial for it.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Something like that. But that one's sweet. And then Dusty Diamond's the one that people always talk about that I think is great.
There's lots of good ones. Absolutely. There are
a lot of games. And there's some shit ones too, but like there's a lot of good ones.
Bo Jackson baseball, not great.
Dude, Roger Clemens MVP is like the worst.
I've got a Super Famicom version of that game, and I'm like, oh, I want to keep it because it's got Roger Clemens, and then I go, this game fucking sucks.
Sucks, dude. Yeah. I was like really sad when I played that.
It's no Ken Griffey.
Nope.
No, but the NES one. I mean, yeah, there's tons. They're mostly all good. Bo Jackson's cool too. But we're not just talking about all the baseball games, but we're just talking about. I just like talking about baseball games. Yeah, that's all.
Well, guess what? We're gonna have plenty of time to do that 1 week from Saturday, and Friday, or no, Thursday. We'll see you Thursday and Saturday, at least.
Okay.
So
are we gonna make a preemptive wager here for when you and I throw down UMK3 at Yelping Ghost on Thursday?
I mean, whatever you want to do, bud.
I'll throw in a bet on that one.
You can like bet a hot dog or something.
What's the line? And you ever watch Trailer Park Boys? Where Lucy's drunk at the party and she's hitting on everybody, and she's hitting on one of the cops, and he's like not interested, and George Green's right there, and she's like fake deep throating a hot dog and all this, and she's making all these overt sexual overtones, and she looks over at George, and she just got turned on by one cop. She looks at George Green, she goes, "What do you think, George?" And he goes, "Whatever you want, Luce." So that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. So yeah, I mean, whatever you want to do, we can bet a hot dog or stack of hot dogs, whatever you want. It's cool.
Okay.
I'm in.
One Keo flying squadron on the line here.
Is it burned or is it a legitimate?
Yeah. Well, if I lose, you're getting a burn disc, but if I win, you give me the real thing.
That's fine. You have to give me the peekaboo poker to go with the burn disc, and we'll call it.
Oh my god! Yeah, sure. All right.
Anyway, yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's it. I'd love to give it a 5. I mean, it's a
I get it.
5-ish.
Oh, there we go. I'm editing that in. It's a 5. Ding, 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 ding. We have a new follower in the chat, Ryan. Ryan can see in. And he said, the only baseball games I spend any time playing in the mini game in The Link Between Worlds and that Rusty Sports game on 3DS. You should definitely play Baseball Stars for the NES. Do not listen to the caller. I'm not sure how he got onto the show. So we're going to cut his line now. Drop the call. Anyway.
News baseball. Of course, we clear your baseball game. All right, bye.
All right, bye. He did that on purpose so I couldn't edit it out. That crafty bitch. The second best Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 player I know.
His new title's Ninja Black Sox.
The Ninja Black Sox himself. 8-bit supremacy. Robbie Coleman. I'm bad. It's gonna be more like I'm sad after he plays me in a little UMK3.
I'll throw some wager on that one.
We'll see. Anyway, all right. So 4.5 from our good friend Robbie.
I thought you said he said a 5.
Oh, you know
Did I
what?
hear him say a 5?
I did say I would edit it in so it sounded like he said a 5. You're right. Anyway, we'll say 4.5 because he said, because it's not whatever bullshit game he said it wasn't. Bad news, whatever, something.
Bad News Bears.
If it was that, it's a 5. That's right there.
Yeah.
So Jay, it's on to you, my friend. And then we'll wrap up with Sashimi Z's review, which I have here. So Jay, what did you think of Baseball Stars for the NES? I don't have my wallet on me, shit. It's going to throw some. What did you think of this game? Here's $40.
I'll let you write down what you think my score is going to be.
All right, I'm going to write it down.
I like doing this. It's fun.
I do too. All right.
I hit Robbie right on the...
I'm torn between two, but I'm gonna defer. Okay, go ahead.
Nail on the head. I hit Robbie's nail on the head. 4.5 is what
you sure did. You did. So I've got it written down.
Okay. So
where to start?
I've learned. So I honestly didn't play it because I thought I had it on my emulator and I didn't.
Yeah.
And we just hadn't the time.
Basketball tournament, travel. It was hard.
So I just played it tonight.
Yes.
Come to find out, I've never played this before. This is the first time I've ever played it.
And I
believe so.
I almost wish that you hadn't played it at that point.
Oh, well.
But it's fine.
But so I hadn't played it until tonight. And I knew Robbie was going to get on me for not playing it until tonight.
But
I
good
still
news.
Played it.
He'll play it again, I feel. Go ahead.
So I was very frustrated with the mechanics of the game. As I kept playing, I got better. Not exponentially, but I got better.
But you did improve quickly. Did you notice that?
Yes. But
once you started to get the feel of the game.
You're really trying to sell me on this.
I am. I'm not going to lie.
It did get better. My complaint is when I look at like an RBI or a Bad News Baseball, those games you could literally jump right in and start playing.
Mm-hmm.
Where this one I got annoyed with that.
There's a slight learning curve, yes.
There are pieces about this game that give it a definite upswing for me though, because the memory, having the battery in it and being able to actually play a series and being able to create a roster and having that functionality with this game, I think made me go, okay, you know what? This game is more fun than those, because with those you play one game and you're done, or I mean, however many games you're going to play.
It's the same thing over and over again. It's the same players. Yes.
So there are things like that I enjoyed. As far as some of the mechanics of the game, I did get annoyed where when they'd steal a base or
You
they
didn't know. You're like,
bunt.
what's happening?
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on?
I need
Like,
an
did
audio
throw the
cue.
ball out? Like, did the catcher not catch the ball? What's going on?
Yeah.
So it's just that got me a little bit. That and some of the mechanics, like if they bunt, you kept telling me
It's hard to tell.
figure out which player is running and then use that player. Well, I would start. I would
catcher
look,
would run
and
out.
the catcher would start running up.
Yes.
So I by default hold up. Well, then the pitcher turns around and runs the opposite direction because it's him.
And it's one of the things, as I watched you play it, I understood that I had played it so much that I understand all these nuances of the game and how to discern what's happening. And sometimes even I didn't know. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But the more you play it, the better you understand it. Is a good way to put it. So anyway, yes, I'm going to keep giving you. Oh,
I didn't even see it.
Okay,
I
good.
honestly will probably get shade at the still. My score is still a positive score. I'm going to give it a 4.0. 4.0. There you go.
exactly as I had predicted.
So
I will
So
give
I
you
will
no
go
shade for a 4.0, especially considering you were at 0.0 when you first started playing this game.
Oh,
You're
at
like,
one point I
"Fuck
told
this
you
game."
I'm going to open your box, take a shit in that box, put it back in the plastic holder.
You were going to go full Double Dragon 3 on this one.
Oh, I was Double Dragon
But the
5
more
for a
you-
hot minute on this one.
Oh, easy now. Listen. Okay. Wow. One is a positive score, says Mr. Math over here.
Nice.
Anyway, all right, cool. 4.0. Very
So I gave
good.
it a 4.0.
All right, well, thank you.
I just figured I'd get shade for even having a 4.0.
No, I think that's probably a fair score, especially considering I got to watch your
Save your
challenges from
poo
the
for
beginning.
the N64. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. He's got a good point. Any baseball game on there. You
You know,
can,
I got one rant real quick. I'll say it and I'll let it the fuck go.
Yeah, go.
Thinking of N64. I know Metroid Prime was just reissued
Oh my God, here we
for
go.
the Switch.
That's a GameCube game, by
I'm
the
going
way.
to go on the record. Super Metroid is my all-time favorite game. Nothing is better to me than that game. Metroid Prime can eat my hot, stinky shit. Fuck that game. I don't know why everybody is so up in arms about Metroid Prime for the Switch. It is a piece of shit. That is the worst FPS game. I hate Call of Duty. I would gladly play Call of Duty over that game.
First of all, growing up in the 90s and early 2000s playing FPS games, that's a bold statement. I could show you some that are worse.
That
But
game is terrible.
it's fine.
Robbie, thank you. I'm gonna fucking hug you. I would hug you anyways. He agrees about Metroid. Metroid Prime can kiss my ass. I'm sorry. Back to the scores.
No problem.
Shazimi Z.
He had to get it out. That's fine. We got it out. It's good.
Had to.
It's cool. I'm going to get you a shirt
ahead.
that has the Fusion logo with a circle and a line through it. And you're going to wear it. Like, you'll be proud of it. Okay. Our friend Sashimi Z had to take a quick break, but he was back and he provided us with a review. So, you ready?
He went on sabbatical, didn't he?
Yeah, a sabbatical.
Sabbatical.
I don't know what he would call it. I think he was. Remember how I got wasted for the Alabama game? It was like that, but for weeks. I think they called that a bender.
All right.
Anyway, no. Yeah. Anyway, here's Sashimi Z's review. And I quote: I grew up with black box baseball, and it was the greatest baseball game I played until the PS2 era. I was a fucking idiot. Baseball Stars would have blown my mind, both the NES and arcade versions. And I'm sure Robbie pretends the NES version is better. It is. Okay. Don't need Robbie for that. It is better. Anybody would tell you that. Custom teams, league play, progression, upgrades. It's got everything. You can dive for catches. You can nail the batter with fastballs. You can endlessly lob pop flies into the outfield that get caught again and again and again while you have no idea what you're doing wrong because it's a one-button baseball game. It's a complete representation of America's boring national pastime on a console that sucks so bad at its first attempt at this was black box baseball. Impressive stuff, 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
You and Mr. Z are on the same page.
Yeah. I'd say so.
Perfect. Very good. So let's move on to the reception of the game.
All right.
Be quick about this. This game is very highly regarded. Okay, it is referred to as one of the best NES baseball games there is. John kind of reiterated that himself, but I think a lot of people, and you'll find out as I go through this, they think it's one of the best games on the NES. So it did not rate on Polygon's, I don't know why I said Polygon, Polygon's top 500 games of all time. No surprise. Okay, whatever. But what I was surprised was I cannot talk tonight. What I was surprised by was the rest of this.
Sorry, the table's like moving.
Check the legs. The bottom, remember they're on top of the things? You're
Oh,
moving them?
that wood
Oh,
thing
yeah.
popped out. Hold on. Go ahead, keep talking.
No, it's okay. I see. It should be good. I leaned it up. Got it? All right, sorry. That would explain that. Okay. Nintendo Power's Top 100 Games of All Time. Issue 100, September 1997. This was the 88th highest ranked game. Bookended by Battletoads and Goonies 2. Now, Goonies 2, if you like those type of games, I could see it. I'm not a big point and click adventure type guy, but it's fine. But I was surprised it was there. So then I thought, surely, top 200 games of all time, Nintendo Power issue 200, February 2006, it would not be ranked. Wrong. Number 145, which some people would say moved up, depending on your math, right?
Yeah.
Now, it was bookended by Boktai, The Sun is in Your Hand, which I have no idea what that is, and Super Ghouls and Ghosts, which I'm more than familiar with. Game Informer's top 100 games of all time in 2001, number 63. Wedged right between Gauntlet and Civilization. And in its top 200 games of all time in 2009, it did not rank, that's the one I was disappointed by. And on IGN, their best 100 NES games of all time, number 28. So this is one of those games that I think it could be a game that gets lost to time because there's nothing that ties it to anything. SNK is what ties it to stuff. The Neo Geo is kind of what ties it to stuff.
Yeah.
But there's no intellectual property where you go, that's a Nintendo brand or that's Pokemon or whatever it is. It's just baseball stars. But it has persevered throughout the years and people legitimately really love this game. So one cool side note that I found was one of the producers for EA's NHL series said that the GM feature of those NHL games was originally inspired by baseball stars. The ability to create a team, players, manage, upgrade, all that stuff was all influenced by this stupid little 8-bit NES game.
I was going to say, to be honest with you, this game probably pioneered a lot of that. Because you think of all the sports games in that era that came out later on. So like Madden.
Yeah.
The 2K series, like all of that stuff. You had the ability to do that earlier on. You could, I know Madden's gotten away from it now, but you could physically, if you wanted to make yourself a playable character in the game, you could.
Yep. I remember I did it for this game. It was the first game I was like, oh, you know what? Who's the shortstop? Mike Pitts. That's the fucking shortstop, motherfucker. Or no, second base.
I'm surprised you didn't do first base. You made Will Clark for first base.
Will Clark played first. I was second.
All right.
We're the right side of the infield. So, Jay, where can you play this?
A long list.
Yeah.
The NES.
Yep.
And the Nintendo Play Choice 10.
That is correct. Now, there are ports of this game. We talked about the AES and MVS version. They are not the exact same game. In fact, this game came first, and this game was so popular, they made them for that console. SNK was like, oh, well, we need to put these out for our own shit. And I will say, Baseball Stars 2 on the AES and MVS, fantastic game. The first one is good. The second one is much better.
I have played 2, and that is a fun game.
It is a lot of fun. It's a good game on AES. So, but there are robots. Yeah, but are they axe-wielding robots? So, all right, let's talk a little bit about collecting. There's this version that you see in front of us if you're watching the live stream, and if you're not, this version that is the only version that exists. I'm going to do that all over. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the collecting of the game. There's only one version of this game. There is only the Oval Seal. It came out in 1989, 3-screw version of the game. That's it. And that, as for those watching the live stream right there, dead center, that's it. That's what it looks like. So hold on one second, burp. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Hold on.
There it is.
It's the one right there. Okay. Now they can see it. It was blocked by the roster to Baseball Stars. More important, if you ask me.
For the LJ and 3.5s.
That's right. For all the 3.5s in the world. So, single version of this game. Loose, this is a $10 game. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but you can get this game for about $10. And a complete box version is only like $60. Again, condition sensitive, cardboard boxes, NES, blah, blah, blah. Graded, there are not that many versions of this game graded. There are 10 sealed versions of this game that have been graded, the best being a 9.6 A+. There are 3 CIB versions of this game graded, with the highest grade being an 8, which tells me that I must watch Heritage Auction and keep my eye out for a CIB version of this game, because there's no way that that can go for very much money. Okay, an 8.0 CIB of Baseball Stars, that's just above kind of average, right?
Yeah.
So I know what an 8.0 looks like. That's not a tough one to put together. So that's not going to be a super expensive thing. So if that ever comes up for sale, I'm going to try to buy it. Now, versions of this game that have gone up for sale. I really only have 2. And again, this is really here to illustrate how the graded game market has gone. April 22nd last year, Amy's birthday, the 9.6 A plus we just spoke of, the highest graded version of this game, $18,600. Okay, that was kind of the height of insanity and ridiculousness, right? That whole 2021, 2022 was when everybody lost their dicks about this graded stuff. Less than 7 months later, November 4th, the 9.6A, which again, not quite as nice, but essentially the same grade.
No pun intended, but still in the ballpark.
Yeah, still in the ballpark. $7,200. So less than half. That's not a normal drop off for that slight of a difference in a grade. So yeah, that's pretty much it about collecting. Like I said, there's only the one version. There is a Famicom version of the game. Hopefully John can find a copy and hook a brother up when he's at Midwest Gaming Classic. If not, I'm going to go look for one because I never have. So, Jay, tell me a little bit about the speed running of this game.
We're gonna buckle up on this one. I'll still move through it pretty quick.
Yep.
It's pretty easy, but there's a little bit to start out with here.
I will start by saying you basically have 2 types of runs. A league run where you create a league, and a single game run where you win a single game.
Yes.
And there are derivatives of each.
Yes. So league, you got full game, mercy rule, custom mercy rule.
Okay.
Single game victory, you got full game, mercy rule, custom full game, and custom mercy rule.
And what that means is when they talk about a full game, first of all, I should say this. Let me start over. Anything that starts with custom, you must use a custom team to win.
Yes.
Okay. So you got to do it. Tell me about the full game. Let's talk about the full game of it. Like, what does that mean?
So full game, we got league play.
You have to do it. You have to do it in league play.
Yes. No custom teams or players. You have to play all 9 innings.
The key is that.
Yes.
You cannot win by a mercy rule.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And then the mercy rule is.
And then you got the mercy rule, same as the full game. I'm sorry, same as the full game run, but you can win by the mercy rule.
Right. So they can be much shorter because you can score 10 runs and win.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one, you're really just trying to win 1-0 as quickly as possible. Really.
Yes.
Whereas that mercy rule is like the fastest way you can get to 10 and get the other 3 outs from the other team.
Yes.
So, all right.
And then as far as runners go, so there was 22 runners. We had 77 runs.
Yep. And one speedrunner owns all the records.
Yes.
For the 4 we're going to talk about here, he owns all of them.
Yep. So we've got the single game victory for the mercy rule.
Right. No league.
Yep. No league. That was LSU 4641.
Yep.
And they did it in 3 minutes, 14 seconds, 960 milliseconds.
I'm going to tell you something. Okay. Might be able to beat that run.
Maybe you should try it.
I watched that run. I've never speed run anything, but I'm seriously considering it because it's not easy. And I understand the strategy that he uses. No problem. He gets a couple of outs. Like he gets his 10 runs, but it's not sequential. Like the strategy is as follows. You get the bases loaded and then you hit a single, a single, a single, a single. You keep the bases loaded. The fastest way to score runs is have the bases loaded, get a single, get another guy up, get a single. And then once you get to 6 runs, maybe you try to hit a home run, but truthfully, that would be one way to cut it shorter. But truthfully, the most effective and safe way would continue to try and get singles. That's how you do it. Anyway, but he got 2 outs, man. I'm like, that you got 2 outs. Like that, there's a lot of room to improve, I think.
Yeah.
So I might have to do it.
I think that might be something we do after the show tonight.
Valdor, I was just thinking about how we hadn't heard from him tonight, and he's on the roster. You're one of the starting pitchers, buddy.
Well, we're going to pause for a second and tell him, just so you know, the name of the team is the LJN 3.5s.
That is correct.
Heads up.
Yes.
So back to these runs.
Yes.
So then we've got a single game victory, the full game.
Yep.
And again, that's LSU 4641. 10 minutes, 54 seconds, 370 milliseconds.
All the same runner.
Yes.
All 4 of these will be.
And then we got the league, which is the mercy rule. That was 12 minutes, 13 seconds, 900 milliseconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got the league full game, which is 24 minutes, 820 milliseconds.
You would have to have won 3 games
Yes.
minimum. A league requires that you do a league. League minimum is 3 games, 2 teams, and you must defeat them all. And that's how you do that. The end.
So there you go.
I think. No, that would be a league game. I don't know. Fuck it. I'll edit this out. Who cares? Anyway, where's all this information from, Jay?
That is from speedrun.com.
Speaking of speed running, we've just about wrapped up.
We are.
So, the next time you'll see us, if you're in the greater Milwaukee or Chicago areas next weekend,
We will be at Galloping Ghost on Thursday.
correct, we'll be there probably about the time they open until
Yeah.
sometime in the early evening, we'll depart for Milwaukee.
Yep.
And then Friday we'll set up. And Saturday and Sunday, we will have myself, Kalen, you, Matty Ice, John,
Matty O.
Matty O, my son. The whole crew will be there.
I think Johnny Iucci from Collector's Quest is potentially going to be there.
We hope. I'm going to see if I can confirm that. But yeah, so we'll be there at Midwest Gaming Classic. Again, come and see us. We'd love to hang out and talk if you're going to be there. That being said, we get back from Midwest Gaming Classic. What is the next show we're going to do and when, Jay?
April 5th. And that's going to be Bonk's Adventure. And remember, we're going to have our new time then. So right now we have been starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to switch that and we're going to move forward at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Springing forward.
Yes, we're springing
We
forward.
may fall back. We'll see.
Yes. I guess that would be falling back to 8 p.m. I don't know.
No, we're springing forward.
You got to go blue up there, though.
That's right. I like this. This new guy, Ryan can see in. I'm in, buddy. I'm not sure who this is, but man, I'm a huge Michigan fan. So yeah, love it.
Oh, live stream buying every copy of Pit Fighter from the show floor. Actually, you know what? I'm willing to put money, guys. Keep an eye out. We'll probably pop Twitch up or even Instagram.
I'll bring my copy of Pit Fighter and put $2,000.
But I wouldn't be shocked if we do some live stream.
Who knows?
I think we should.
Who's to say?
I think we should.
Well,
We'll do something.
and how can the people listening to us now find us?
So we have a link tree for all those that would like to access our all of our sites.
Correct.
That is linkter.ee.
Yeah. 2 E's.
Yes.
Yep.
/ lost joystick.
Correct. And you can go there, leave us a voicemail.
Yes.
You can
On
do whatever.
Anchor / Spotify FM.
Yeah. So
/ something.
we host the RSS feed is hosted by Anchor, who got bought by Spotify. So now it's Spotify for podcasters.
Weird.
It is weird, but Ryan Kinsian, new follower from Michigan, found us on Spotify.
Ah, Michigan guy.
And thank you, Ryan. Yeah, I like this guy already, man. Michigan guy. We can shit on Ohio State together. It'll be great.
All right.
Anyway,
So, if you do want to see us on our individual sites, you can go to those as well. So, Instagram and Twitter is Lost Joystick.
Mhm.
Facebook and Twitch is Lost Joystick Network.
Mhm.
Our email address, info@lostjoysticknetwork.com.
boy, oops, that was up too high.
And that is a wrap.
Let me try that again. That is a wrap. It's a wrap. I don't know.
I was hoping you weren't expecting me to rap.
Up in my shed, up in my shed. So with that,
Rock pile.
I will say thank you for joining us. And Jay, thank you for being here as always. Johnny, Robbie, thank you. Everyone in chat, thank you for joining us as well. Ryan, thanks for popping in and following, and we're new best friends, man. But with that, I will say, go out there to the Midwest Gaming Classic. Have fun buying things from my table. Be safe, but still spend all your money. Oh, the song ended. We got to do it over. I'm going too long. I suck. I got to remember to make that longer. Okay, let's try again. Ready? Quick outro. So I guess that's it.
That's it.
I'll try to make this as succinct as possible and say, go out there to the Midwest Gaming Classic. Have fun spending money at our table. Be safe, but not with your wallet. and be excellent to each other.
With the prices that Jay will give you that are much cheaper than Mike's.
Don't listen to Jay. He's a liar. I have to remember that thing is so short. I need to lengthen it. I made that song. Like I kind of just wrote it and it just loops a couple times. So I just got to pull it off there, duplicate it, and then redo. Like I just keep forgetting.
I love that Tiger Wolf said, "Go home, you're drunk." And they said, "Dad's been hitting the scotch again."
Maybe.
Oh, he was on Saturday, let me tell you. Oh.
It's true. I was hammered. Yeah, I can't wait for you to listen in. See you, Ryan. I cannot wait for Dr. Pepper, John says. I can't wait for Valdor to listen and be like, wow, sounds like Mike's a gigantic lush. We did not even talk about what game it would be that we did. We just talked about that it would be April 5th because we got so wrapped up on when.
I thought I said Bonk's Adventure.
Maybe you did. I don't remember.
Yeah, well.
I can punch it in later. Whatever. Yeah, no. We're going to.
Hold on, you're still recording. Ready?
Yeah.
Bonk's Adventure. Even if I put it in, you have to use that.
Yeah. We'll be playing Bonk's Adventure. Thank you. He said it. I don't listen, so I'm sorry. I'm getting ready for the show, man. I'm hyped. I kind of want to I wish the cable was long enough I'd take the camera across the hall so everybody could see all the shit I got set up in there. Nice. It's almost long enough to reach. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Yeah, next time.
Or they could just come to the show and see it.
But some people can't make it. Tiger Wolf can't make it.
Well, we will live
Valdor can't
We're
make
going
it.
to live stream.
You are.
Okay.
I'll be busy.
I'm down. Let's
Yeah,
go.
it's cool. Let's go.
You know, I won't be doing nothing.
Yeah, you won't be doing shit. You and Matt are going to be drunk. When you're covering an Aladdin deck enhancer. You know what? I need to buy one of those. They have a bunch of new old stock floating around there, and I'm scared that I might be waiting too long to buy one. Hold on, I'm gonna look now. They found a bunch of new old stock sealed Aladdin deck enhancers with all the games in them, and they were selling very cheap. And now I'm like, did I wait too long? Because I kept saying I was going to get one, and I haven't. So now I gotta look. Okay, they've gone up a little bit. They were like 150 last time I looked. Man,
John said he
170.
got the full set for 50.
Yeah, they were. You could get them for almost nothing when this all got found. And in classic, you know how it works. Yeah, this guy's got them up for $175, and he's selling them for that price. I'm like,
Robbie said those things are trash. Just buy his. He'll sell it to you for $50.
sold. Do you have all the stuff?
I don't know if he's going to sell it to you for $50. I just threw it out there.
Is it
John said that.
Oh, I see. Never mind.
I don't know what he's going to see.
I
He'll probably try and get it to you for $250.
$250. Yeah.
I
This guy-
sold all the games to Kaylin.
Oh, see, I'm just gonna go buy the whole thing. This guy's got it for $175 or best offer. I'll offer him like $125. He sold 140 of them. This is probably one of the guys that has the old stock, right? And it says almost gone. I don't believe that, but I am gonna buy one. So I keep saying I'm going to, and I don't. So I do want one. Yeah, so thank you for reminding me, Valdor. Yeah, they are going for $175 now. I'll look. They keep creeping up. And I keep saying, oh, I'm going to get one. And then I don't. And at some point, it'll be too much for me to go, you know what? Never mind. Let's see. All right. Well, yeah, next show will be at 8. I'm kind of excited about that. I feel like we'd be able, I do feel like a couple of things. We would be able to hang out longer if he takes that deal. Let me know. I will. I'll send an offer, and if he takes it, I'm sure he will. If I offer like 140, I bet he would take it. I'm gonna offer it right now.
Do it. See what happens.
I'll make the offer. You got to pay for shipping. It's $12 to ship it, but I'm making the offer. Hold on,
Do
140. Let me see. Let me see if it gives me any notes. It didn't give me any notes. Like sometimes you go to make an offer, and it's like, hey, hold on, that offer they probably won't take it at that. So I'm gonna try 135. Let me see. What happens if I put 100? Will it say anything then? Continue. Let's see what it says. Sometimes it will tell you, oh, that's not enough. I'm going to offer 125 and see what the guy says.
Are there games with that too?
It's all of them. It comes with the whole
okay.
thing. Yeah. So essentially what happens is you get all the stuff new. I'm going to send an offer of 125 and let him counter offer for what I would really want to pay. Unless he's listening to this now, which would be really unfortunate. All right, your offer, 125. Here we go.
Or you'll just decline it.
It might get auto declined. We'll find out. It's $145.70 after tax. Make offer. Let's see. I want to make sure I don't get auto declined. Oh, auto declined. Okay, it did. Got to make a new offer here. I'm going to do 140.
I'd do 140, I think. Whole set sealed.
135. 132. That'd be a weird one. All right, 135. Let's see what we get. We make offer. Offer details. They declined. Okay.
You can only do one more offer. You
No, I
only
got three. I got three more. I got three
I
more.
thought you only got 3 total.
Nope, you get 5.
Oh.
140. Here we go. 140, we're going to try. 150 is my apex because that's what it was. 140, declined. All right. Time to make a real offer. 150. Let's see what happens. Here we go. I think this will do it. What if I make it 151?
Fuck that. 150. Fuck that, dude.
Make offer. Ready?
Probably likes Metroid Prime.
Offer sent.
Sorry.
So there you go. I think that'll get accepted. So I think 150 is your threshold. We just found out live. All right. I'm sure that will happen, and now I have to buy that before I go to Midwest
You
Game
could offer him
Classic.
$100 and a copy of Metroid Prime, because I'm sure he'd like that bullshit.
Your offer's been submitted. 173. Decline. Exactly, Bobby. Yes, that is exactly right.
Am I being over the top of this Metroid Prime thing?
Kinda.
I'm really holding on to this because it really bothers me.
I will say this. When that game came out for GameCube, I was wildly disappointed because there wasn't a Metroid game on Nintendo 64, right? They didn't
Thank
even put one
God,
out.
because they would have fucking butchered it.
Well, that all being said, I was like jonesing. Like they were putting it out on like other things, like the whatever on Game Boy Advance, or whatever. But when they put that out on GameCube, I was like, what? Because I didn't. First person shooter games I liked on PC. I would not play them on unless I absolutely had to. And then I played it and I was just like, I don't like this. This is not how I want Metroid to be. Like Metroid is not a first person shooter game.
No.
Now, I don't have the vitriol that you have for it. I don't think it's like the most odious thing of all time and that you should shit in a box and market Metroid Prime. I don't think they're. Oh, counter offer 165. Why do we have this? 165. Come on, man. I
So
only
he's
have one
going
offer
to give it
left.
to you for $5 less than what he had it listed
10.
for?
10. What about 160?
Fuck him. Don't even do it. Don't. Fuck
But
him.
he's got them and they're there.
Okay, then if he wanted to sell it bad enough, he'd take your 150.
Here's another guy selling with the same picture, same price. You know what? I can make him offers on that one instead.
Just do that.
Let me make him an offer on the other one at 160. Yeah, I'll make an offer over here.
Tiger Wolf Games 151. I like it. My only complaint with it is just it just came out for the Switch, and everybody is so up in arms about it right now, and I don't
Ooh, yeah,
understand
he does
why.
have 88% feedback. I didn't look at that. I haven't looked yet. I'm contemplating. Counter 141. Yeah, well, that's no different than anything. I look at like GoldenEye, all these games that now have come back out. People are excited. Some people, I will say this. One of the things that you get, and I'm not complimenting the game, but I'm going to say there are quality of life improvements. It's not just a direct port of the game. There are different ways to do different things in the game that are easier now because people have learned how to make those things easier in gameplay.
Yeah.
So I haven't played it. I probably won't. I have Metroid Prime and I have Echoes. I think that's 2, right? I don't play them. I like them because they're Metroid and they have Metroid on the front. But will I ever get them out and play them? I might, but then I'll probably be like, I don't want to play a game like this. Dread is what those types of games should be.
Yes.
It should be a 2D side-scrolling type platformer type game. Putting Metroid in a first-person game to me is just like, it's dumb. It's like, let's make a Super Mario game and it's 3D. Like it's first-person shooter Super Mario. And you're like, you shoot fireballs? Why not?
Yeah.
That would be stupid.
That'd be like making Mega Man a first-person shooter.
I want to
It's
see
the same thing.
I want to see Samus running around. I want to see Mega Man running around. I do not want. It's why I like third-person games like Last of Us more than like first-person games. When I played like what is that? Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order. I would put those games in third-person mode because I want to see what's going on around me. I don't like that. I'm like, I can't see what's going on behind me. You know what I mean? I have no idea. I have to listen. That's cool. I don't mind the elemental part of it, but I'm just like, that's not how that game should be. So I don't hate it the way you hate it, but I didn't love it, and I haven't gone back to it because of it.
I think I hate it so much because
You hate everything.
no, I am pretty hateful.
You're a hater.
I think part of my reason is because Super Metroid's my favorite game, and that was for the most part, the predecessor after Super. I get
Till Dread.
I get
that was,
there was
really the
there was
last
portable
yeah.
games they released.
Yeah.
And they're okay, but it's just, nothing. They went to the first person from Super Metroid, basically. And it was like, you took a game that was, in my eyes, damn near perfect.
Yeah.
And made it, and just destroyed it.
Look
you made
what
the
they
first
did to my boy.
Yeah, you made it an FPS. And then they tried to like drag it along for 3 games.
Yeah.
It's like even, and I know this is still a poor example, but even Zelda 2. Zelda 2 was different from Zelda. They tried something different. It still translated well, and I love that game. But at the end of the day, they went, okay, this didn't take off the way the original Zelda did. Let's go back to the original plan.
Yeah. It took
So
them.
that's where Link to the Past came to. That's where Link's Awakening came to. That's where everything was until they started to get into the third person version of Link, which is out now, or the Zelda stuff that's now. And they didn't do that. And it was just I feel like Dread is a great game. It's very short, but it went back to its roots of the roots of Super Metroid.
Correct.
That's what I liked about it. So I don't know. But it's like that came out and everybody has been it's selling out everywhere. And
Yeah.
everybody's like, maybe that's the other thing is everybody's going so over the edge of, well, typical Nintendo, they're making mass hysteria because they didn't make enough copies, and then they're going to make some more, and that'll sell. Who cares? It's Metroid. It's Metroid Prime.
I think that's more of a problem with society nowadays. I don't want to get too holistic or existential, whatever.
Yeah.
Everything, like anything that people think will be popular, they rush out to buy either because they're concerned of missing out or they're concerned they're going to miss out on making some money. Because everybody thinks they're some sort of like genius reseller flipper nowadays, and nobody can fucking just buy something off the shelf anymore when it's new. Yeah. So when it's new, people are running it. They're doing it with fucking Girl Scout cookies. Okay. These raspberry Girl Scout cookies, people are buying them and selling them or trying to sell them for a profit. And it's like, get a fucking job. Okay. Like, I'm sorry, but it drives me fucking crazy. I just wanted to go to the store and buy a copy. I'm not me, but I'm saying, I just want to go to the store and buy a fucking copy of Metroid Fusion, and I can't because all these dickheads run out and they buy them. And they're, I'm going to make a bunch of money. And then they fucking sit on it. And then they want to trading it into their game store because nobody wanted to pay their ludicrous amount of money for it. So they can stuff all that shit up their ass. A lot of people learned a hard lesson when the PS5 became more prevalent and when video cards got less expensive. People learned a hard lesson. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that recesses a bit because it drives me fucking nuts. I'm all for people being capitalistic and this and that, but don't just buy something purely with the intent of like, and one's fine. Okay, you want to buy one and you want to go resell it, no problem. But it's these people who go buy thousands of these things or all these things, and then like you can't even get whatever it is. It's like, fuck you, man.
Well, yeah, I've heard there's people that are on like, after the first print went out, I heard there's people on eBay selling like 30 or 40 of them individually, but
yeah,
like it's a fucking store. And I'm like, did you go buy, did a case fall off a truck? Is that what's happened?
No.
And
maybe,
it's like,
but it's just, yeah, anyway.
But it's like, again, why? Like, I can literally think of so many other games that are so much better.
Get a job.
I got a job.
People out here selling.
I got a job and I ain't buying Metroid Prime.
People out here selling fucking Girl Scout cookies for like a $2 profit on Marketplace. I'm like, you must really need a couple of bucks.
Do you troll them?
No, but there are people, there's a whole subreddit of people who do that, who shit on flippers and stuff, and it's hilarious.
I'd love to troll.
They'll be like, hey man, I'm sure you've seen the one where the guy's like trying to sell the PS4 or whatever at the time for like double the price. And the guy's like, hey, here's where you go. And he goes, okay, I'm here. Are you here? He goes, no, I'm at a comedy club. Is this it? He goes, yeah, why don't you just go up on stage and tell everybody your fucking jokes?
Oh, yeah.
All that stuff. That stuff's so fucking good. They'll send them, they'll send them to the most remote places to meet them, and then they'll ghost them. Yeah. And it's just like, just leave. If you see a PS5 sitting on a fucking shelf, and nowadays it doesn't matter, but if you see one sitting there, leave it. Leave it. Mm-hmm. Unless you want it. I bought I bought an Xbox Series X during the fever of it. I could have sold it for $700-800 instantly. What did I do with it? I played it. I didn't love it. And then I sold it to your son for less than I paid for it.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Anyway.
Well, it's even that. You actually bought a PS5 when they were at the height.
And then I sold it to Kyle for the
I
cost
was
of
going to say for what you paid for it.
could have
And
sold
you
it for
didn't
$800 or
have it
$900. Nope, I could.
Would you play it for a week and then you sold it?
I
to
had
them?
it for a month or something, and it was still impossible to get. And I
Yeah.
was like, I'm not going to jam my friends up. They want one, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't need whether I need the money or not is not the point. But I get it. Like you're talking to a guy who also goes and buys Super Famicom games in lots for $4 a piece, and then brings them over here and sells them, at market value sometimes. And that's why I have no problem going, hey guys, you want something? You can fucking have it, because it's not about the money. It's about having something to sell and meeting people is what it's about. But I get the capitalistic side of it, but the pure, like the people who just prey on stuff and like go there and like they follow the people who are putting the products out, and they go from one store to another following these people. Get a fucking life, man. Get a job or a life, So I encountered a PS5 at a garage sale for $900. I bet it was still there when you left too.
You know what you should do, Bobby? When you do things like that, you should carry a little paper sack with you. And roll it up like it's a lunch, like you got a lunch in it. And then when you see shit like that, you should walk up and be like, I was wondering if you would trade this. And they go, well, what is this? And be like, it's a bag of dick donuts that you can munch on when I take this PlayStation 5.
Yeah. They probably wouldn't
Because
make
you're
that.
a douche.
That seems like a bad deal.
Well,
I wouldn't. If it was at my garage sale, I'd tell you to leave.
but you probably wouldn't sell it for $900.
To you, I wouldn't. But to some dickhead, some rich idiot, I wouldn't. I don't know. I'd be a Dick Donuts. That's a brand around here.
Is it?
No, but it should be. You could shape them like dicks.
Is that a Michigan thing?
No.
Yep. Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's not anything. We have Tim Hortons here. Dick Donuts is my undercover copy. Richard Long John Donuts the third.
Long John Donuts.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Lord.
That made me laugh. All right, we ready to wrap up?
Yeah,
We
because
done?
my flight's going to be coming
Oh,
soon.
that's right. You got to go. All right. Yeah, we got to
Ugh.
wrap up. Let me turn off our roster. Kudos to everybody who made the team this year. When we do this game again next year, and I give it a 5.0 again, we'll see who's on the team then. You don't get to keep your spot, man.
Let me
You
try
gotta-
out for spring training.
Yeah, we'll see who you might be on the 40-man roster come September. Maybe do a playoff baseball game. We'll see who's on the roster then. We'll see. Maybe you don't. Maybe I don't.
Oh, way apparently John and I have been ripping homers. I'd be surprised if we weren't on there.
But you might go to the Yankees or something.
Oh,
I better have
we
enough
will
money.
not be friends if you do that.
No, I'm not. There's no Yankees in the game.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like you
Don't
could-
make a Yankees team just out of spite to trade me to.
I
it.
was saying you would get paid.
Oh, I still
You're-
wouldn't.
I know.
Even if I was a professional baseball
wouldn't
player,
sell
I'd
that.
draw the line at the Yankees.
Yep. Sorry, I'll take a little bit less. All right, we're out of here. Enjoy the Texas barbecue. Yeah,
Ooh,
bring some of that home for me.
I'll get some brisket.
Yeah, never heard of it. Good evening to everybody.